gentlemen, it is the 2024 NFL Draft. We here are at the Sun City of El Paso, Texas. We are Sun City Leatherheads Podcast. And Danny Ramirez here with me. How are we doing today, Danny?
What's up, Jay? Doing good. Excited it's finally draft day. It's been a long time coming, so I'm super excited it's finally here. We get our franchise quarterback, perhaps. So
Yeah,
doesn't get any better.
absolutely. So we're the draft's in Motown, Motown City, Detroit, Michigan, your division rival,
Yep.
which is actually the home of my favorite hockey team also. But yeah, so big news already coming right before the draft. AJ Brown signs a 3-year deal to stay with the Eagles to make sure that he doesn't get away from them, and obviously that solidifies the team a lot better.
Yeah.
Knowing that he will be there, and then now you don't have to really rush to draft a wide receiver if you don't want, you don't have a wide receiver need if you are the Philadelphia Eagles. So yeah, so let's talk about number one, since we're waiting for the commish to come. He actually had back surgery recently, so he may not get all those bear hugs that he usually does.
You better be careful.
Yeah, so but yeah, let's talk about your Bears being number 1 and number 9. What do you how do you see things falling in your place, in your plate, and how you would want it?
Well, number one, I think this is the first time ever in my life that I feel at ease with the number one pick, right? I mean, I've never had a number one pick, but just the first round pick for the Bears is kind of like, all right, we got Caleb Williams, life is good. For the 9th pick, that's another story, right? I don't know what to expect. My heart tells me Roma Dunze, that's who I want, but it's hard to be a GM in the NFL these days, so I expect a number of things to happen. It could be a trade back. It could be, just picking another player like an offensive lineman. So who knows? But I'm just excited to find out finally.
And what's crazy is the pandemonium of the NFL draft, right? Like no other draft in any other sport in any other country, I think, is as polarized as the NFL draft. So
Yeah.
it's exciting to see. And if I had a dream job to be in the NFL, like it would be a GM. Just like I would love to put everything on my shoulders, on my plate, like pick the people that I want. I have a tradition. Obviously, it's not the best sports movie ever, but I still love it because how meaningful it is. Because the cast of Kevin Costner and the late Chadwick Boseman. I watched Draft Day last night because I always watch it right before the draft, every year since it came out. But yeah, I'm super stoked. So Caleb Williams is expected to go number 1,
Yep.
and then let's see what happens with the 9th pick. But the Bears, with your fanfare and your family and stuff, you guys are all big Bears fans. Lately, the last 10 15 years, you guys have had draft picks that you guys have just scratched your head upon, and it's a big struggle. What would happen in your mind if they shake the tree and maybe don't pick Caleb Williams at number 1? Like what happens there?
That would be the day that I actually turn in my fandom card.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, let's hope that doesn't happen. I think we all know what it is, right? I don't think they'd shake up the tree, but if they did, I mean, I would be in total
Everyone would be in
disbelief.
awe. Even if I'm not a Bears fan, I'm a Cowboys fan, I would be in awe, right? Like you don't trade Justin Fields, who you thought a few years ago was going to be your next pedestal of
Yeah.
grown man quarterback, but obviously it didn't work out. But like I always tell people, the ownership, the general manager, the coaches, they all have to be one, right? Like if that doesn't mesh well, then no matter how the talent that you draft, it's not gonna go well. There's so many, like we've talked about, there's more Hall of Famers from any sport that never won a championship than there are people that won championships, right? So
That's true.
It's crazy to think that like so many people get selected top 10, but those are teams that sometimes, they're always the struggling teams, and it's always like the next person, but like you have to build something with that.
I think sometimes it takes just a little bit of luck, honestly. Look at the Bear situation, right? They didn't know they were going to be with the first overall pick this year, but it worked out in their favor.
Yeah.
They could have been scratching their heads right now with Justin Fields and then thinking about, oh, is this the right quarterback for us? Now we have the privilege of having the number 1 pick and the number 9 pick. So it worked out in our favor, and sometimes that's what it needs. That's what happens with the teams, right? So yeah, I agree with you. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of luck to get to change the course of your franchise and its success.
And going back to me being a Cowboys fan, I mean that's what they did, right? So you trade something for value, and then it hopefully strikes the lightning, right?
Yeah.
So in the late 80s or whatever, the Cowboys trade Herschel Walker to the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings gave him like several picks, and that draft ended up, I think, was like Emmitt Smith, Darren Woodson, so many key players that were just the vocal point of like why we started that 90s dynasty and the triplets, right? So going back to you trading with the Bears last year with the Carolina Panthers, obviously you guys are like, we want this, you want that, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden Carolina, I mean, stinks up the joint, which is fair to say because they're rebuilding, right?
Yeah.
Like it's I don't mind the Panthers, they're cool. I love the unis in the state and city, whatever, but they're definitely in rebuild mode. So then they stumble, and then you guys fortunately get the number one pick, and it works out in your favor, and you get 1 and 9.
Yeah.
You're already gonna have 9. And then now you get 1 and 9, so yeah, it's definitely awesome.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing to see. Like as a Cowboy fan, obviously I've never seen a number one pick. Like Dallas, for some reason, Dallas is that team that's always there. Like, oh man,
Competing hard.
competing. So we never get the number one pick. Obviously, when we did, in history, it worked out in our favor for sure. But let's say we don't trade down, or don't mix up the mix of the bag, and we trade or we pick at 24 like we're supposed to. Apparently number 24 is a lucky number for us. So in history, each time we've picked 24, that player actually ended up really well for us for several years. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the last 24th pick we had was Des Bryant. And obviously we saw how that worked with Tony Romo. That offense was amazing. It was just that defense was not even up to par to that offense in that regime with Romo. With Jason Garrett, that defense was just atrocious.
With how deep this wide receiver group is in this this year's NFL draft, like that could be another receiver at 24.
Right.
It could be a Brian Thomas. It could be an AD Mitchell.
Yeah, and yeah, we just lose Gallup, and yeah, there you go, right? So it worked out for us before, and I think it will work out. I don't think, obviously we did our mock draft and we're having fun, and Powers Jackson, the center from Oregon, is like probably a top prospect and pick for your Dallas Cowboys, but I don't know, like since there's so much depth in this draft, like I want to reach, like I want to like just get the best player valued overall.
Yeah.
And then work from there, because if Dak Prescott's divorce is inevitable for next year, and we're not going to pick up his contract, and then we're going to try to sign CD and Micah, like with Dak's current contract, you can't pick up those pieces like that you want to sign, right? So if I'm Jerry Jones, and obviously I would have changed a lot of things way back then if I'm Jerry Jones, but if the divorce is inevitable, and Cowboy faithful might get upset right now, what I'm about to say, but hear me out real quick. Brock Purdy gets drafted 2 years ago, Mr. Irrelevant, whatever, but he's got a Super Bowl caliber team around him, right?
Yeah.
So rookie year, they make the NFC Championship game. Last year, they make the Super Bowl. Same thing with Russell Wilson. He has the Legion of Boom, and he gets drafted. Like, so many great things going on with that team. You go deep in the playoffs. First year, second year, he wins the Super Bowl. So if the divorce of Dak Prescott's inevitable, why not start now?
Yeah.
Trade him away, get some draft picks this year, get a young quarterback, build a monstrous team around him, and then we can see what happens in year 2. Because they're gonna be like, oh well, that's like throwing away this year. I'm like, we've waited 30 years to at least reach the damn NFC Championship game. I'm okay waiting one more year to have a team that's gonna be Super Bowl contention the next 5 to 10.
Yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense. I think that's the recipe that the Niners have, brought upon the rest of the NFL.
Correct.
And so I think if you're looking at a rookie quarterback, you need to be surrounding them with talent. And in this case, right, your offensive line needs some work. Defense is there, right? So why not get him a wide receiver with that 24 pick and start thinking about the future? To your point, right? So yeah, that makes sense. The commish just walked up to the podium, so he is.
Oh, he's walking up now. Awesome. All right. So, and going back to the rumor mill, right? And we got our first chime in, Gabe and Abe saying, "Go Bears, the Bears, the Bears, the Bears, the Bears." Woo! They get the number one pick, right? So here we go.
Oh, and it's Eminem.
Oh, of course. I mean, Detroit royalty, right? I mean, why wouldn't he not be there? Did you see the commercial promotion from them? It was actually pretty genius, and it was hilarious. So I'm excited. We get the Bears. Here we go. The draft's going. Ooh, I cannot wait. And the clock should not tick down more than 2 minutes, I don't think. I mean, Caleb Williams, if you're going number one, you already know. So
yeah, I think everyone knows at this point, right? So I don't know why they would make the clock keep going, but who knows? I've seen stranger
But
things.
yeah, but there's a few teams that actually have had the clock run out, and then another team gets to jump in front of them.
Yeah, that's happened before. It's
So
the Ravens.
so the Ravens and I believe the Rams one year, but it's crazy to think like you take that long to figure out what you want, but it happens.
You know what? It's going to be interesting to see how everything plays out with the quarterbacks. Do we have quarterbacks going top 4, the first 4 picks in the first round? I don't know. I could see that happening. There's been a lot of rumors about the Patriots trading their pick away, the Cardinals winning to trade their pick away. So who knows?
And if they're willing to trade, that means that they're not going to look at a particular quarterback right now, right? So what if the Patriots shake the trees up, and then maybe they draft Marvin Harrison Jr. to go with re-signing Brissett and
Yeah.
start that going.
That wouldn't surprise me.
That would be pretty crazy. And there's so many the drafts, of course. There's talking to the Detroit Lions now are up there, and
They're
Barry
bringing everybody
Sanders
out.
royalty.
All the lines out.
Yep.
Interesting.
And of course they got to show Barry Sanders, right? Because I mean,
He needs to.
if you think the Detroit Lions, is there any much royalty than that?
Yeah.
I mean,
He is the epitome of the Detroit Lions.
yeah. I mean, what I love about the Lions though, right now, at least they finally found an identity. Obviously them being a division rival, it's hard for you to watch, but
Yeah.
for someone that loves the NFL and watch it as a big whole perspective, I actually love. They got Hutchinson. Dan Campbell, he's an ex-Cowboy, but he's got that moxie. And,
Yeah.
there's so many good things right now happening for Detroit, and it's cool to see. Even the Cleveland Browns. They were a laughingstock for such a long time, and Jacksonville Jaguars. Bears on the clock. Danny Ramirez, you excited? Look at that. You're looking at the clock right now. Look at you.
Look at this smile here.
I know
This is,
you're just so
I've never
you're
experienced
just
this in my life.
so enthused right now. Jim Plunkett, Archie Manning, Dan Pastorini was the last time I guess that quarterbacks went 1, 2, 3.
Interesting.
And since 1971.
1999.
Oh,
Tim
then
Couch.
1999 also. Tim Couch. Oh man, you passed us to Donovan McNabb. If
Donovan
you're the
McNabb.
Cleveland Browns,
I'll never forget
Trevor
the
Lawrence, Zach
reaction.
Wilson, Trey Lance, and then now Trey Lance is actually a Cowboy, so that's interesting too.
I'll never forget the reaction from the Eagles fans though when they selected Donovan McNabb. How they were so pissed off, and then he ended up being one of their.
And
top
and look
quarterbacks.
what he did for them.
Yeah.
He reached the Super Bowl. He was in several
He was
NFC
fun to
Championship
watch.
games, and yeah. NFL perspective, he's a great quarterback, great person to watch. But as a Cowboy fan, he was I was so frustrated. And that was when our defenses were just terrible. We had a few good pieces, but the overall defense, I mean, he would just tear us up. Oh man! So here
I
we
think
go.
he just had a stranglehold on that whole NFC East division at that time.
All right. So so Caleb Williams is expected to go number 1. So let's not do a whole draft day from the movie. Let's not skip Bo Callahan and
Right. It's funny
We'll
that you
see.
say that because this whole situation with at that time Justin Fields and Caleb Williams, it kind of felt like Brian Drew and
yeah,
and Bo
yeah,
Callahan again.
exactly. So and then from the NFL draft day I love that movie Draft Day. Kevin Costner, the
That's
late
a
Chadwick
must-watch
Boseman,
every-
Jennifer Gardner. Yeah, I enjoy it for sure. Yeah. So, oh man, this is so exciting. Like you and I have always texted during the draft ever since we met. We're like, oh my
Yeah.
god, this is crazy, the animosity. But now we have YouTube and we can do podcasts and we can do stuff and bring us together and just talk about it. And like, it's so exciting to me. And to host with you is even more of an honor since we've been like pretty much best friends. Since
High school.
since we met day one in high school in our senior year. I mean, you could never rub me off, so just I'm gonna bother you to the day I
Sounds
die.
horrible.
Bother you to the day I die, sir. All right. So what if they reach and go to JJ McCarthy?
Don't say that.
Woo!
I don't want that. Even Chris over here is
Oh, everyone
said no.
in Bears land is saying bear down.
like, shut up, Justin.
It's time to bear up, guys. Come on, down Bears. Here we go.
What's up, David?
All right. And what's crazy,
Hey,
what's cool
man.
too.
Exciting
David's chiming
times
in.
for
Let's
both
go.
of our franchises here. I'm excited to see. Hopefully, it is Caleb Williams. Justin's making me nervous, thinking it's gonna be.
Drake May to the Bears, David says. Can you
Oh, no,
imagine
no,
that
no, no.
pandemonium?
Don't
I don't
say
know. Woo! we have a good friend and family member, Chris, that just said, you know, he would take his jersey off, you know, like and go streaking down the street if they don't take Caleb Williams. So, woo,
For the
boy.
neighbor's sake, let's
Here
hope
we
that
go.
doesn't happen.
Well, yeah, especially because I do not want to see him streaking for sure. So please take
Hey,
Caleb
John,
Williams.
thanks for joining.
Who-
Thanks for tuning in.
All right.
The Bears.
The Bears. I'm excited. Like I've always liked the Bears. Like last summer, I went to Soldier Field outside because you know it's you know during off season, but I wanted to see that history. And then Mia and my late godfather passed away on the 16th recently, and he's got the number 2 pick.
Yeah.
Uncle G.
What do you think Uncle G would want? Who do you think he'd want at quarterback?
Well, first off, Uncle G, if he was here, he would say those bleepers better get it together. You know, he was uncanny and unshy to, not shy to say what he wanted, but he loved his Washington Redskins and Commanders. You know, so he's excited to see the number 2 pick. And David, thanks, David. We appreciate you busting Danny's chops. Oh yeah, all day, every day. You know, David, though, but we don't even have to try hard. The Bears have been busting Danny's chops since he was born, so
Hey,
it's all
that's a
good.
fact. That's a fact.
So, yeah, but at least they made it to the Super Bowl, so that's good. I've been waiting for 30 years to at least sniff the NFC Championship game. So,
That was tough though.
oh man, and you know what? Devin Hester starts off with that kickoff,
know.
and I'm like, oh man, here we go, and we're texting too or whatever.
At that point, I thought, you know, once I wasn't watching the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, I was driving to a Super Bowl party, but I was hearing on the radio, and oh man, the pandemonium of the crowd, I could hear it through the radio.
I think I was working too. Yeah, I got there late or something when I started to watch it. But yeah, it's kind of weird that you know the Bears have wasted a good amount of clock. It's kind of
I think this is a commissioner thing. It has to be. I think the commissioner doesn't want to.
or
wrap
maybe
up
they
the
want
draft
Dallas
after.
Turner. Maybe you know.
No.
you thought about it. You
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
Man, this is so cool though. That is a nice setup, guys. Who's
Thank-
that over there?
122 SM. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for
Appreciate-
joining. We appreciate you. You sound like a robot, but you know it's cool. We don't know who you are, but thank you for joining us.
No, it's good to have new people join the podcast. So thanks for joining.
Do you know who that is?
I don't.
You know what? I think that's my aunt.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yeah, she was born 12/22, and her her initials should be S. Oh, pick is in.
There you
Chicago Bears. It is my Aunt Hebe. What's
thank
up,
you for
Aunt Hebe?
joining.
Let's go, Corleone.
Appreciate
Corleone, thank you for
support.
chiming in. Woo, woo. All right, the pick is in. The Chicago Bears. All right,
Here we go.
Bobby Boucher, ladies and gentlemen.
I'd be okay with that draft selection.
Yeah, the water
He's a
boy.
menace on the
He would be
field.
amazing. Woo, I'm so stoked. This
Oh,
is so
man.
fun.
This is
I hope
where-
my dad's watching. I was like, you better chime in.
This is gonna be exciting. See how it all unfolds after this pick.
Oh man, here we go. So like, it's crazy. We got 2 TVs over here. We got all these Bears pandemonium ready to jump for joy or
It's gonna get loud in a minute.
go crazy. Oh man, this is so cool.
Oh.
Martin Grammatica, Danny. Imagine.
Hey,
Hopefully
his
Caleb.
last name's fun to say. So
Oh yeah, I used to love Martin Grammatica.
Yeah, me
he
too.
did. Even his legs did. Oh man, let's go.
let's see what we have here.
A pick is in, man. Of course, it takes. It's kind of crazy.
Please excuse the forehead that's coming out in the podcast. That's just Chris there.
It takes. He always has to do something. All right, here we go.
Rocket Ismail. Yeah.
Rocket Ismail, man, I missed that dude. That dude was exciting to watch, to be honest.
Dax Prescott. Huh?
Bears pick Dak Prescott. That's my dad.
I know.
Yeah, he wishes.
How you doing, Dad? Thanks for
My
joining.
father. Let's go.
There we go. Sorry for screaming into the mic.
Let's go. All right. Bo Callahan.
There we go. It's official now.
Caleb Williams. The pick is in, ladies and
That
gentlemen.
is
Let's
awesome.
go. The person that we expected all along since a month ago is the number 1 pick with his awesome colored nails and everything.
Silver
He
nails.
is who is he is. That is awesome. Good for him. Number 1, looking fly. Caleb Williams is. For those that don't know who Caleb Williams is, he went to USC. after leaving Oklahoma, he followed his head coach, and he did great things. And like we're talking about Tony Romo, right? Like
Yep.
USC's defense was atrocious, but the offense stood tall and was very, very accountable and consistent. And that goes back to Caleb Williams being quarterback for USC. He had a great year at USC, and it's crazy he didn't win the Heisman, right? And the Heisman's supposed to go number 2 to the Washington Commanders. So
Yeah.
and we got the Bears fans waving their flags around here, and then it's awesome to
David,
see everybody and see how
it's
happy
getting
it-
lit, like the kids say.
Woo!
It's getting
It's
lit in here.
official.
All these Bears fans are excited about the future of Caleb
I don't see
Williams.
no bear down. I
Let's
see
see.
him bear up.
Let's see how it plays out. But we're excited. We love the pick.
Man, this is so cool. And Danny, we got a whole draft to go through on the first day one. This is our first. This is
I
the
wish we could
first
do this
pick.
every day coming up
I
here.
know, that'd be so cool, right?
Damn
Like,
work.
I know Samantha's so selfish. She wants to move to Arizona and blah blah blah. Jesus. We finally get our podcast going. And what does she do, Danny?
We decided to move.
We're moving.
We'll be back.
All right, sounds good. Oh, just kidding, Sam. I love you.
All right, the commander should be on the clock.
All right, so yeah, we're
Hail
talking
to the
about Oakland,
Commanders.
the Washington, and David's a Commander fan, right? Let's go, David. It's got. I mean, there's no way that you go from Caleb Williams and not get Jaden Daniels, right? Like that would shake up the tree for sure.
Jaden
if
Daniels.
Washington picks like somebody that's not maybe Jaden Daniels, right?
Yeah.
So
I have to ask David, what would you do if it was Drake May? Would you be excited? Would you be less excited? What would your reaction be to that?
man, well, he just put Jaden Daniels coming up, so
Yeah, I know,
he's
that's why
really
I'm
gonna, he's
asking.
really gonna text like a cry face or something if it's Drake May. But you know what? They both quarterbacks have connections to Kingsbury, so technically it could be Drake May because he wouldn't like it. Obviously, David says, but they both have connections to Kingsbury. So who does he like more?
Yeah.
I mean, because college is different. So you go from college, LSU, non-professional style system. He wins the Heisman because he can run around. Or does Kingsbury get away from the Kyler Murray type quarterback, which he had in Arizona, and go back to the professional style, sit in the pocket the whole time, and then pass? And that would be Drake May.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about it too. I know Dan Quinn was the head coach in Atlanta when he had Matt Ryan. So did
Right.
he like that style of quarterback, a pocket passer?
Yeah, Drake May fits the Matt
Exactly.
Ryan concept. Yeah, he actually, that's a great comparison, Danny. Like Matt Ryan and Drake May is a great comparison. The way that they play, their
Yeah.
style, the way they look.
They weren't easy to bring down. They
Yeah,
stayed
the
in the
stature.
pocket.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Sorry, David. I'm not trying to make you nervous there. Just I'm going back to history there, and I think that Drake May with his build and his pocket presence, I think that would make sense for Dan Quinn. But yeah, Jaden Daniels, of course, potential wise, I think he definitely is a little bit higher ceiling than Drake May.
Yeah, so well, we'll see what happens, and more people are starting to show up to this awesome draft, our draft party, which is so cool. And we got people on the feed, which is
here.
awesome.
What up,
Oh
cuz?
man, woo man, and both teams have been taking their time, right? They're just not
Yeah.
rushing, and they're just making sure that nothing has a hiccup.
I think the top two teams knew what they were going to do. I
Oh,
think,
yeah.
right. I think they had their decision made up. But right now, where it gets a little bit complicated is when you get to 3 and 4. Who knows how
Then
that turns out?
then the tree falls and it breaks because you figure out who really wants what, right? So,
We'll let them know, Dave.
oh yeah. Well,
Rosalie
yeah, they're
Scott.
getting stuff ready, and they're getting, they're probably getting our food and stuff. But
What up, John? I'll share the greeting with Gabe and Eva and the fam.
let's go, John. What's up, man? I don't know. I don't remember if I met you yet, but
I think you have before.
all right, sounds good. Much love, and then the Commanders are winding down that clock way further than obviously the Bears. So I mean, but it's got to be James. It's like you don't go this high in the draft without drafting someone in a quarterback caliber, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and plus you can have a new head coach, new GM, new ownership. I mean, the Commanders are going to a complete overhaul, and there's so many things going on. Like they have a good identity so far. Their free agency, they've done well. They've
Yeah.
picked up several good pieces.
Oh, the pick is in.
Oh, here we go. The Washington Commanders. I mean, it has to. I mean, you can't can't go wrong with Jaden Daniels number 1, right? So it's pretty exciting.
I got distracted. I didn't put the pick is in banner for the Bears. I was just hoping it was Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I was making you sweat a little bit, and you were just
you
like,
and
you
your
know, you
dang
skipped
talk.
it.
And here we are doing the same to David. So sorry.
All right, the pick is in, and then it's gonna come pretty soon. And then during the draft, in the later rounds, what I like to see is when they get like people that have been hurt in war, people that are unfortunate, they come in and they pick, or like Cowboys fans, the team's fans, and they come pick. Like
The
that's so
everyday
cool.
heroes.
Yeah, that's so cool. But obviously, day one, it's the most important part of the draft, and then of course, commish is there for every one of them, and we got two TVs. It looks like
Same channel.
Same channel.
Well, it's probably ESPN and ABC.
Yeah, maybe.
But
Man.
so you always say that you would love to be an NFL GM. What would you do in this case if you were the GM of the Commanders?
Man, you know what? So if I'm the GM of the Commanders, I would tell Quinn, we've already started off really hot, right? Like free agency, we've picked up several key players that I think is going to help us. Like Bobby Wagner, right? He went to the
Doug
Commanders.
Williams. You know he's a part of the front office.
Who was it?
Doug Williams.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah,
At
might
least
as
it
well
looks
now.
like him.
But they get Bobby Wagner, correct?
Yeah.
And Quinn has been wanting Bobby Wagner in Dallas for so long. Now he's the head coach, so he can do whatever he like. Him
that's
and the GM go hand in hand. And then
Here we go.
get
He's
a-
making a selection. I'm
they
sorry
get
to
a
cut you
running
off.
back, correct?
Yeah.
They
They got
got-
Eckler.
Austin Eckler. Yeah, that's we both love Austin Eckler.
It is Jaden Daniels.
All right,
Congratulations,
Jaden
David.
Daniels goes number 2.
Well deserved for
Fantasy
Jaden Daniels.
Island for David and Uncle G. They are going to ecstatic right now.
Okay, so no shakeups yet, which is good.
And so far, we're correct in our mock draft.
Yeah, let's bring that up just so that way we can remind ourselves and the viewers about the mock draft that we did a couple weeks back. So it's kind of hard to see here, but let's see.
All
So Caleb
right.
Williams, Jaden Daniels, first 2 picks. We've been right.
All right. So the next one is Drake May. If
Yep.
that stands tall, you pick Drake May there. And of course, I picked Marvin Harrison with the Cardinals. So let's see if the Patriots kind of take what's given, which I think Drake May would be perfect for them right now because
Yeah.
you got a new head coach, which it's crazy, right? Because now no life with Bill Belichick in New England. Like, how crazy is that? The pandemonium of New England is all. First Brady's gone, now Belichick's gone. Like, that whole regime is completely retired.
Yeah.
How bizarre in New England, right? So it is fascinating to see where Gerard Mayo, obviously a Patriot, lifelong Patriot player, and then he went to the coaching staff. Like, he apparently loves the Patriot way because he went as a player, he stayed as a coach, and now he's the head coach. But yeah, so they go back and get Jacoby Brissett, who actually had a few good years with them. You
Yeah,
know,
he was a
right?
solid
He
quarterback.
was solid. So, and they bring in pieces. What's always been fascinating with the Patriots, right? They always bring pieces back that contribute, right? Like, they don't let them leave. Other players, like, they come and go, whatever. And then the special team, the tier B players that we've talked about, right?
Yeah.
But the people that they've always wanted, they're always going to be there. And yeah, Gabe is excited. He already chanted Caleb Williams. Let's go. So yeah, so 1-2, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and I mean, LSU, he wins the Heisman. By far one, of course, Caleb and Jaden are probably the top 2 complete quarterbacks in the NFL draft, right? So
I agree.
a few other ones probably might have like a little drop back, but
But if you look at him, even they're showing his highlights right now. It's just him in his pocket. in
his
the pocket.
accuracy.
Yeah, he knows how to maneuver within the pocket, which is pretty good.
What I love about Jaden and Caleb, they have beautiful deep balls. And you, of course, and I always said Russell Wilson had one of the prettiest deep balls, like that the last 10 to 15 years, especially when he got drafted, right? So,
Right.
They kind of match that moxie, and it's pretty exciting to see. We're the revolution of the quarterback, right? So now the quarterback rules, especially with the no-hit tackle and all that jazz, like they baby. I mean, they might as well give quarterbacks pacifiers now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they might as well just give them warm bottles and just enjoy the offenses, because defenses are going to have a hard time every year that they revolutionize the game for the offense. And so, like, Oh, the pick is in for the New England Patriots. That was
Oh wow,
yeah. So they went quicker than the other two. So
interesting.
I see what you did there. I don't know if he's talking about me or you, but
The deep balls.
you know,
I gotta keep him honest. David.
yeah,
Gotta
yeah,
keep him
might
honest.
as well. Someone has to. So, the Patriots pick is in. So let's see. It's fascinating. They went quicker than the Bears and
I know.
the
I think they know they
Commanders.
want probably Drake May.
yeah. But what if
Right.
they don't? That'd be the greatest thing. Like that would shake up the tree
Marvin
right
Harrison.
now. Yeah.
it would.
But what if it's Dallas Turner? Gerard Mayo's a defensive person.
That if they did that, that would be kind of a dumb move because they could get him a little bit later. So what they could have done is draft or traded with a team in the 6th, 7th area, and
But
then
we're
try
talking
to.
about draft day. I mean, he took Vontae Mack number 1. So, I mean, and he still got draft picks from it. So, and look, go back to the history of the New England Patriots. When did they pick Tom Brady?
Yeah, it was late.
199. So they know that they can find someone if they really like later in the draft. Because I mean, Robert Kraft is still there, right? He's the owner, and he
Yeah.
was part of the group that picked Tom Brady. So, but yeah, I honestly don't see where you don't go from Drake May. I mean,
Yeah.
the quarterback should go 1, 2, and 3 right here. And then the Cardinals, man. I mean, that's and a lot of people said Marvin Harrison Jr. because he didn't, show so much effort towards the ending of the offseason going into the draft, the
Combine.
combine, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So what happens if he falls?
Yeah, no, I mean you're right. I think that could hurt him, honestly.
And it could have. And I mean, he could go to maybe the Giants at 5 instead of 4 at the Cardinals.
Pretty
the
much-
Giants have 5, right? If I'm not, oh no, 6. Giants are 6.
Pretty much the whole year, right? When we're talking about draft prospects, NFL GMs, I think like everyone was rating Marvin Harrison as the number 1 receiver coming out.
correct.
And then once he started not doing the scouting combine, not doing his pro day, then I started hearing some chatter about Malik Neighbors being number 1.
And his stock rose literally 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Up into the draft. The last 3 weeks, his stock was just grinding and grinding. And then, I mean, why not? I mean, you better take him before the Commanders do.
Here we go.
And join his teammate. All right, the pick is in. If you're a New England Patriots fan, here we go. Belichick gone. Brady has been gone. So let's see what happens in the new regime of the New England Patriots. And
They
people are
selected
celebrating. Drake May, North Carolina quarterback, pro style offense. I like the pick. So 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom.
We're right on.
So yeah, so far we're good to go. So maybe Marvin Harrison goes to the Cardinals. If we're 1 through 4, that's a good mock draft so far. Oh man, Drake May, I love the pick. Profile style offense.
Yep.
So he already knows how to go from center, and then Mac Brown, a championship caliber type of coach in college. Now he goes to a regime of the New England Patriots. Mac Jones, obviously, it just didn't work out. When you have to hold that pedestal after Brady, it's hard, right? And
it's tough. I mean, I think this is a different situation, right? You're getting a quarterback who played in the ACC. Didn't have. I mean, he was successful. He had really good teams around him. But the thing is, he didn't have like the success to get to like a college football playoff or anything like that, right?
Right.
So when you had Mac Jones, who was coming off a national championship, had the success in the SEC, I mean, he
was
kind of came in with the
spoiled.
big head. Yeah. Drake May is a little bit more centered, and he's going to be coming with a great attitude and an approach, I think, to the game.
And going back to the SEC, right? Like they're always the big dogs conference, right?
Yeah.
So people are always like, oh man, but like if you go to Alabama stuff, you're so spoiled. Like the defenses, the head coach, everything. Like those big teams, like you're so spoiled in college. Do you put in that effort every day? Do you go to the war room, as they say, like to watch film over and over and over? Do you like study and push yourself to be the best? So yeah, I think to your point that Mac Jones probably kind of like trotted in there like, hey man, like I'm good, I'm Mac Jones, and I
Yeah.
won a national title. But I think Drake May not winning a championship and stuff, that'll push him further.
Yeah, I think so. And then, I even think that Drake May would have been successful with Bill Belichick being the head coach.
Oh yeah.
I think that's this type of quarterback. So now that he has John Mayo, I think it's even better. He has a more, I guess I don't know how to like younger head coach who knows how an NFL locker room is. He knows how
Right.
to motivate his team. I think it's going to be an even better situation.
And what I like about the Patriot mindset, right? They get Jacoby Brissett again to come back to New England from free agency.
Yeah.
You don't have to start Drake May from the jump. Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels, you're starting from the jump.
Yeah.
Like you don't have any other tier quarterback to like compete with you. At least Drake May has a chance to like sit and breathe like a Patrick Mahomes, and look what he's done, like an Aaron Rodgers, and look what he's done. You know, like
Yeah.
Drake May's basically in the best position of the top 3 quarterbacks from the jump because he doesn't have to start week 1 in order to learn the game. You know, and
Yeah.
they can build around him with pieces and evolve the game around him.
Yeah, there's no rush, right? No rush to develop him and no rush to start him. I think that he has a really good, serviceable starting quarterback ahead of him and that he could learn a lot from, right?
Right.
So, as far as the Patriots team goes, right, the roster, it's coming. It's not there yet. So, why rush the process? You know, let him develop, let him learn the speed of the game, and from there he can, you know, be even better for you in the future.
Exactly. And in this type of environment, especially because I mean, you're still going to hear Brady's name, right? Like,
Yeah.
Romo came way later than Aikman, and Aikman came way later than Staubach. And you could talk to Aikman and Romo. You walk in those hallways, people are gonna say, "Hey, Roger was before you. You have some shoes to fill." When Romo went there, yo, Aikman had some shoes that you're gonna have to fill. You know, so like
Yeah.
he's still gonna hear the Brady talk. But at least he gets a year to, you know, if they want to just slowly bring him along, and you know, I think that's the best thing for him.
The pick is in.
Pig is in, is already with the arrogance. Woo, man! Hey, so this everything's going smoother and faster, right? I mean, this is so crazy.
Got it, Chris.
All right, Chris is trying to give us some headline.
No, I thought it was. He wants my fantasy football championship belt before I move.
All right.
That's all he cares about. I see how it is.
He cared about the Bears pick, and then that's it.
And the belt.
So the pick is in. I mean, that.
What do you think it is here? You think it's Marvin?
I mean, how could it not be of how quick it was? But they did. I mean, they really knew who they wanted because it was.
You know what would be a shakeup here? If they drafted a quarterback to compete against Kyler Murray. That would
That,
shake.
you know, but that would be good because I think he's in his last year of his contract too, isn't he?
I think they just re-signed him.
No, I think he's like 1 or 2.
Okay.
I don't think he's like fresh off the contract. I think it's like a 1 or 2 left,
Or maybe, you know, maybe I'm thinking about the 5th-year option. I think maybe that's what I'm thinking about.
maybe. But yeah, I don't think.
Look at that. Look, we're watching Drake May highlights right now. Look at the way that even if the pocket collapses, if he rolls out, he has a defender hanging on him. That doesn't stop him from throwing the ball.
That's what I love
Me too.
about Drake May. And you know what's cool is that
at
he
this.
waited another year to come out.
Yeah.
Because he could have came last year in the draft.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know what, I want to develop 1 more year. And I think it helped.
And he would have been a first rounder last year too.
I'm sure. And maybe other teams, you know, shake up that tree. All right, the Cardinals pick is in. The Arizona Cardinals select.
The Cardinals, let's see what they do here. Marvin Harrison Jr.
We're in 1 through 4, Danny.
Hey,
Our mock
100%.
draft has been perfect so far. This is so cool. 1 through 4. Marvin Harrison Jr. Let's go.
Let's bring that back up so we can feel good about ourselves.
I know. Once we get like right now, hey, and I said in the mock draft, the first team I think that might shake the tree would be who? The Los Angeles Chargers, and they're coming up next.
Yep.
So, man, that Marvin Harrison Jr., Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray has a pretty deep ball. He's not the tallest quarterback, but he could throw that ball deep. And put him next to Kyler Murray, and then they have that tight end who came out of. I mean, he did a phenomenal job last year. So you add that piece with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, what was his name? But yeah, he was. Oh man, this is good. And if you're a Marvin Harrison, right? And you're a junior. I don't think Dad's gonna let him sleep, right? Dad's
No,
Dad's
and not
gonna
only that,
push.
but even his character, his personality doesn't seem like he wants to build his own legacy.
Right.
So I don't think that's gonna stop
And
him.
what's so cool about, you know, with players like that is that like they've heard so much talk about their brother or their uncle, their father, and they're like, you know what, like I am who I am. I'm gonna make my own. I'm gonna make my own. Watch me. Watch me.
Yeah. It wouldn't even surprise me to see him wear number 18 for the Cardinals. I think he would want to keep his own number and build his own legacy with his own number.
That'd be cool. Yeah, like I mean, Fitzgerald, but he had number 11
Yeah.
forever, and like that
I love this pick for the Cardinals. I think, like you said, Larry Fitzgerald. I think this guy is the perfect mold, the perfect person to bring into that situation.
to bring that back, right?
Yeah.
To that moxie. And one thing I love about Larry Fitzgerald, which is so hard to do. I mean, it didn't even happen for Montana. It didn't even happen for Brady. There's so many big stars that never really retire with their one team.
Yeah.
And Fitzgerald was one of those few stars that retired with one team.
I love Larry Fitzgerald. I just love his personality,
Hands
his work
down.
ethic.
He was so amazing. Yeah, if I'm playing Madden, he became a free agent. I'm like, dude,
You're picking him up.
I'm giving you a $100 million contract as a receiver.
The only thing I wish about Larry Fitzgerald is we could have seen him more in the playoffs because
Oh,
it seems
man.
like he just woke up in the playoffs.
Oh man, he was unstoppable.
Yeah.
And I wish they would have won that Super Bowl too
Oh,
against the damn
I know.
Steelers. But as a Cowboy fan, that hurt. But it is what it is, but
Like-
you know you gotta give Santonio Holmes credit because that catch,
Yeah, that was.
it was such a beautiful catch, man.
I mean, he had little room for error.
If he nudges out of bounds or if he drops it, I mean we're talking about Arizona Cardinals having their first Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah,
It's funny. I need to tell you a story, yo. So I always go see the Bears when they go to play in Phoenix
Arizona, yeah.
or in Glendale, and the fans there are just crazy. They talk a lot of shit. And one day I was walking the crosswalk to get to the stadium, and this fan, a Cardinals fan, says, "Hey, how many Super Bowls you have?" And I said, "1." "How many do you have?" "0." And I left him like shocked. His face was like totally shocked. His friends in the car were roasting him because I responded in that fashion.
Yeah,
but-
like real quick. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you can't talk if we haven't won.
Yeah,
Or like, you know
come
what I mean? You're the Cardinals. I
Yeah.
mean, how many years for Fitzgerald and Kurt Warner, and then after have they been nonchalant, mediocre?
yeah.
So I
And
mean,
it's weird for that franchise because like they have one good season and then it's a drop off.
yeah,
And
they're
then-
they're in the top 5 pick or top 10 pick like
A lot.
every other year.
Yeah. So it's I think I don't know. Honestly, with Kyler Murray, I'm not a fan of his. Never been a fan of his.
Right.
I just worry for the sake of Marvin Harrison to see like if he has a consistent quarterback, you know, for majority of his career, let that be Kyler Murray, whoever. I think Marvin Harrison's gonna have a great career. But if it goes from quarterback to quarterback to quarterback, then it's a tall task to ask Marvin Harrison to be the focal point of the offense.
Right. So when our mock draft, we did it based off of there's no trades, right? So we just did it by like people had to pick. So who is your 5th pick?
Oh wow, they just had. Sorry to interrupt you.
That's okay.
There's been a lot of chatter about what number Caleb Williams is going to wear. They just had him on number 13, so hopefully that's the truth. Because I have that jersey back there that I want to wear, and hopefully it's the right number there. But
Hopefully, yeah.
All right,
That'd
sorry.
be kind of cool.
What were
No,
you
you're
gonna say?
good. You're good. So who did you pick for the Chargers F5? I'm trying to remember.
I want to say it was Joe Alt. No, Malik Neighbors.
Oh,
Malik
wide receivers back to back. Well,
Yeah.
so this might be the one that might change our undefeated mock draft.
I think so.
Yeah, because
This is hard because it could be an offensive tackle.
it could be offensive lineman, defensive lineman, because Harbaugh loves physicality, and it could be a receiver. I mean, they just got rid of Keenan Allen. They got rid of what, 2 receivers and a tight end. I mean, you got their tight end, right?
Yeah, we got Gerald Everett.
Yeah, Gerald Everett's no slouch. Like I loved Everett.
Watch-
His injury.
Watch this pick be Brock Bowers. That would be crazy.
That would be a great pick, though.
Yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense. Really
He'll
does.
be cheaper. He's fresh from not injured.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then yeah, man. And you know what's crazy is like when you become a head coach from a university to the NFL. I wonder if your players are like, coach. Are you? I wonder if they're in their ear. You know what I mean? Like, do you text them like, hey, like, what's up, Jess? Love you, Jess. My sister's chiming in, says hi, bro. Hi, Danny.
Hey Jess, thanks for tuning in.
But yeah, so I wonder if they're in their ear. You know what I mean? Like, hey, coach, man, like we won a championship together. Draft me.
Yeah.
And I wonder how many coaches have broken their players' hearts because the GM and the head coach think that their team needs to go somewhere else to better, a different talent. So yeah, this is pretty crazy. This is so cool. This is like the most people chiming in and stuff. This is
love it.
awesome.
I love this.
Oh man. So Uncle G's Commanders went Jaden Daniels quarterback, Jess, which was expected. So Tone, what's up, Tone? Your 49ers won't be picking for another probably 2 hours, but
Check back
we'll
in at
get there. Yeah, we'll get there. But
But I
yeah.
want to just Look at David's comment here. McLaurin did it with the Commanders with multiple quarterbacks. That's true. In
Yes.
regards to
And
producing.
where did McLaurin go?
No, he's still there. Is
Oh, okay.
Terry McLaurin.
I thought someone left.
That was you're thinking of Curtis Samuel.
Oh yeah, he went to
Buffalo.
Buffalo. Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, McLaurin's a stud.
Yeah.
I love McLaurin, even though he's a commander. So now you get him with Jaden Daniels and Alston Eckler, and then this command
Yeah.
Dallas better be ready because the NFC East is not gonna sit. They're always the most competitive because they're always trying to fight for that first winning the division, basically. You
Yeah,
know, like
the
they're
top spot.
always there.
The pick is in.
Oh, pick is in. So no trade so far.
Nope. Surprisingly.
All right. So you said Malik Neighbors. So let's see if we stay perfect in our mock draft. I wonder who Mel Kiper had all this, like 1 through
remember.
5.
I can pull it up real quick on my phone.
Dude, let's see if he's perfect so far. Then we can like mess with him.
I think he has to be because we were perfect with him. The
Oh,
first
for
12
like
pick.
first 12, right?
Yeah, I think-
that's right. Yeah, we were like step by step. He had Malik Neighbors of the Chargers then, right?
ESPN, what's up?
Yeah, ESPN, please. We're looking for a contract.
We'll take half of Todd McShay's
Yeah,
salary.
you know, we're cheap. We're cheaper. Speaking of Todd McShay. Todd. I love Mel Kiper though, man. He's such a legend.
Get Jim Harbaugh. He's happy. It's funny. I was at Dollar General.
So
right
look,
before
they
here.
need wide receiver. I'm listening. Dollar General.
Yeah, and so there was a fan that saw my pull over. And he was like, "Hey, you want Caleb Williams?" Like, "Yeah, for sure." And he's like, "I'm a Chargers fan, so I want a running back or I want a wide receiver because we pretty much gave everyone away."
Yeah.
And it's like, I get you, but you know what? Chargers with Jim Harbaugh, you guys are in good hands.
Yeah.
It's gonna take some time.
If you have a hardball, you're gonna play hardball.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
love
Like
that. That should be
Harbaugh.
on the shirt.
Harbaugh plays hardball. You know, like woo. I love both, honestly. Like, and he wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy coach. Can you imagine? Like,
What are you guys doing?
I know.
Oh, but he would've-
Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones loves a smoocher. So Mike McCarthy went to the office. He's like, Papa. So yeah, John Harbaugh was one of the coaches that wanted to go.
That's the guy you want in your franchise to kill Jerry Jones.
Bro, I would do it.
He's no slouch.
I would do it. Oh man.
All right, here we go
All
with
right,
the
pick is in. Los Angeles Chargers. If you're watching, here we go. This is your pick. And they select Joe Alt.
All
All right,
right.
here we go. So now
So we're
our
off.
undefeated track is over.
over.
They were the ones that changed everything.
All right.
Look at them. I told you, they would be the
That makes
first.
sense.
Yes, they're kind of shocked,
They're
but
pissed.
yeah, they're not happy.
Sorry, it's gonna take some time, Chargers fans.
But you know what? What wins you a championship? And Harbaugh knows best. You win in the trenches,
Yes.
the front offensive line, the front 5, and then the front 7 of the defense, right? So
Right.
they picked the best Notre Dame offensive lineman since Zach Martin, and you go with it. You protect Herbert. Herbert, what got beat up last year?
Yeah.
Why not protect him?
You have to.
Yeah.
He's
so amazing. And going back to it, oh, my little chick. My goddaughter's chiming in, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I love you, chick. So going back to the Herbert and Chargers thing, he like Tony Romo 2.0. I've always said that. But now people are watching and we're doing this live show. People need to realize since Herbert was drafted, his offenses were number 1 in scoring points in that time frame up until that last year.
yeah.
The worst part of that stat, his defense was number 1 in giving up the most points in that time frame. So you sit there and you're like, man, you're giving like you're scoring like 500 points a season, and then your defense is giving up 600 points a season. Like you can't win a championship.
No, I mean that's gonna get anyone tired, especially a quarterback.
Yeah, it's
And so I look at this past season was a perfect outcome for that, right? The perfect example of that because he got hurt. He's always been pretty reliable. He's been not injury prone. So for him to actually be out a couple games last year was surprising for me to see. But yeah, I think to your point, I think Harbaugh knows what he needs to do. He needs to build the trenches, protect his quarterback, and Everything else is gonna work
And
from
it
there.
goes back to you have to do what's best for you because you're changing a new domain, right? So
Yep.
he had so many great players at Michigan, but you go back and you have if you want the best offensive lineman, you have to draft the best offensive lineman.
Yeah.
You can't just look, you have to look past the love interest or the friendship, that happens with everything. So okay, so Joe Alt is the first rumbling and tumbling thing that we've encountered. So I put Romeo Dunze. Oh wow, their pick's already in.
Oh wow. Okay. That was fast.
So maybe they get Malik Neighbors since now your mock draft had Malik Neighbors. So now maybe they get Malik Neighbors.
So, yeah, or a quarterback. Don't you think?
I mean,
Do you think they truly believe in Daniel Jones?
no, but you gave him that fat contract. That's like me and Dak Prescott, right? Like you have to ride with them at least another year.
But this decision could set you back so many years.
Oh yes,
You know,
but you're gonna pay two quarterbacks.
you have to cut your losses.
But how many GMs do that though, or how many owners do that? Like that bite, take it up the chin, admit that they were wrong, and then do it right after.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, they're on thin water there, right? Thin ice, I should say.
Yeah, it's man, it's crazy.
Interesting.
And the pick's already in too, so they knew exactly
they're gonna go Neighbors.
where they were gonna go if he had fallen, and apparently their pick fell to them. So because they picked it real quick. So
Oh,
Joe
man.
Alt is a Charger. He'll fit the uniform. He'll fit the hardball moxie. Like I'm so excited for Herbert. Like me being an Oregon Duck fan. For those that have been watching us since day one, like I'm so happy for Herbert right now.
I think this is bad news for Bears, actually. Just because the Giants probably can go Neighbors, and if you think about it, Tennessee, I think needed an O-line, an O-lineman there, and Joe Alt, I think, was their target. So now that they don't have that target, that O-lineman,
There might
maybe
be
there's another one.
receiver.
Who knows?
Or Atlanta, because imagine you already have Drake London there.
Yeah.
Imagine you get a Dunze or a Neighbors to match that with Kirk Cousins being there.
It could happen. It could happen, but I think it's more likely that Tennessee would take him, right? Because ever since they traded away AJ Brown, they
How
haven't
are
been the
they?
same.
It's so funny that even they're like they need a quarterback, but Daniel Jones will never get love. Like there's no way. There's
He-
no way around it. I mean, it's his fault though.
Yeah,
It's
he's a
it's his
sloppy.
personality. Like if you're kind of being sloppy at the moment,
Here we go. Pick is in.
the pick is in, ladies and gentlemen. The New York Giants at 6. No trade so far.
Malik Neighbors.
Malik Neighbors. Wow.
That is going to suck for the Cowboys.
You know it's good because you still said that they need a quarterback.
That's true.
so-
That is true. Good
So,
point.
woo. All right, Neighbors. Hey, we just talked about it right before the draft, right? That there's so many great talents that get left alone because they go to a team that's just not going to provide for them.
Yep.
And if you're saying that they need a quarterback because Daniel Jones ain't the guy, they just got a number one receiver to basically.
Now it's put up or shut up time.
Yeah. And you know what? This goes back to now they got to pass it to the right people, right? You draft Malik Neighbors, and then you'll get that amazing tight end last year. You need to throw them both the damn ball.
Yeah.
Who did they from the Raiders? What was his name?
It was Darren Waller.
Darren Waller. You have to throw them the ball now. Like, there's no excuse, Daniel Jones. You got a number one receiver and a number one tight end now.
Yeah.
There's no excuse.
And they got Jalen Hyatt last year, an explosive wide receiver. They
Right.
didn't really use him. Now, come on, you have Malik Neighbors, you have Jalen Hyatt, you have Darren Waller, you have, and then also Slayton is there, right?
Darius Slayton. And who do they get in free agency at running back? The guy from the Texans, right?
Devin Singletary.
I think so, right?
I don't remember. I must have lost that pickup.
But we talked about it, I think, when they picked him up. But yeah, I think
Yeah, I
he did
think
pick
you're
up.
right. Yeah, I think it was Devin Singletary.
But yeah, so like they are putting pieces around Daniel Jones. So now it's put up or shut up time, bro.
Yeah.
Like hands down. And plus, you're going with the new identity Commanders that's looking to restock everything. And then you have the Cowboys and the Eagles who are never a no joke every year. You need to show up
Yeah,
if you're Daniel Jones.
it's time. It's time for them to really produce on offense. If they don't, and that's probably going to be
next
the
year,
end.
then I'm with you next year. They'll get a quarterback next
I
year.
think that'll be the end of everyone. Maybe not the GM, but it'll be the end of.
Brian Daboll.
Yeah.
And,
I think so.
well, maybe the GM too, because he's half the reason.
Malik Neighbors. I mean, I like this pick for them. I think he got a lot of love right the last few weeks, and
Yeah,
we were wrong
his
about
stock
Malik.
rose like we talked. So yeah, now he goes in front of Odunze. We all expected Harrison to go one, right? That
Yep.
was like the main thing at wide receiver. So now he goes before Odunze. So now who gets Odunze? Man, maybe y'all's love interest. Odunze gets to go at 9 because the Chargers didn't take a receiver.
So
And remember, I picked Dallas Turner for the Falcons.
Yeah.
So if he goes there, then you're right on track to get Odunze, and you guys get to celebrate.
I think Odunze is going to be hopefully falling to us, hopefully, because I can see Tennessee trying to shore up that offensive line for Levis, right? Will Levis.
Has anybody else commentated?
No, they would have told me here.
I would have already said. Okay. Keep chiming in, ladies and gentlemen. If the new followers that are watching and viewers, let us know
Thanks
who
for
your
tuning in,
team is.
everyone.
Yes. If your team hasn't picked yet, let us know what your wish is.
Definitely. Let us know who you want on your franchise team.
The gentleman who helped me at Best Buy, ironically, was a Philadelphia Eagle fan. You know, no love lost. You know, he helped us find those 2 parts that we needed. And I told him, you know, like it's crazy that Dallas and Philly apparently are eyeing several of the same players, so they're gonna try to trade
Oh, really?
before each other. Yeah, so it's pretty interesting.
Well, you
like
guys
in
have
this-
a lot of picks, don't you?
Yeah, in the second round, yeah, because we get those compensatory picks or whatever it's called. But in the second round, they're both eyeing Brooks for running back.
Wow, Ahmad Brooks.
And it's crazy that they would think that, knowing that they just signed
Pick is in.
who did they steal from the Giants? The running back.
Barkley.
Yeah, Shaquan Barkley. So, all right, the Tennessee Titans pick is in, ladies and gentlemen. Now the clock is going a little quicker, and then I think it's less time now, right? Because this number 1 pick just to start the draft is like the main one, right? So,
This is a comment for you.
who's that? What's up, Desiree? Man, we got everyone chiming in with the family right now.
love it.
Like, I know this is awesome. This is so cool. So the Tennessee Titans are now on the clock, and the pick is in. Ooh, I've always loved the Titans. The old Houston Oilers. I love Greek mythology.
That's actually a good segue here. What a lot of NFL teams released their jerseys or their uniforms this past week.
Oh,
What did you
yes.
think about the Lions?
The Lions were good.
Really?
I love the Lions. I love the Texans.
I love the Texans.
There was one that the Browns. I mean,
The face
what
mask.
are they doing?
Just a face mask,
it's
no logo. They're
if
brown.
okay,
Orange.
Cleveland. Let's say you guys don't do another playoff push and all that jazz, and you need a new GM, please hire me. I'm gonna change I'm just like Kevin Costner did. I'm gonna change the entire format of that damn Cleveland Browns stadium, the uniform. Like we're gonna get a logo first.
You're
like
just gonna move from Cleveland, I think, right?
no, first, yeah.
Move them away.
I'm just. I'm gonna change the damn logo. Like you don't have a damn helmet as a logo. Like that's
That elf ain't cutting it. The brown, actually, like the bulldog, I think that's pretty solid.
that would be great. Or
Yeah.
just like maybe like a bee with like a
That too.
bulldog. Like
Yeah.
that'd be dope. But and you're like, hey, we got new uniforms. A white face mask, really? Who's that?
David, long way to go, but what do the Commanders do next? Round two, number 36.
36.
Yeah, I think it would be offensive tackle. Marius Mims could slide to the round 2. I think a lot of people had him round 1, but to that point, like I think only had 1 good year in college.
We had him in our first round.
Yeah, you
right?
picked them up for specifically. I forgot which one.
Yeah, we can look it up that in a little bit. We are in a commercial break, so we can look it up. But yeah, David, Commanders. What I love about Dan Quinn and the new regime. Of course, I'm a Cowboys fan, but at least they're having an identity, right? Like they're actually going for exactly who they want. And I've always loved Bobby Wagner, so maybe they go defensive side on the back end of round 2 or when they pick at 36 because Bobby Wagner's not going to be there forever. But his IQ level, his knowledge, his experience to maybe develop a younger player, I think would be very good for them.
Hey, David, check out Adrian Cooper from Texas A&M, linebacker. He would be a good one to kind
Yeah,
of
we
mentor.
talked about him.
Yeah,
And going to Dan Quinn's style, he'd fit perfectly, and then he can learn from Bobby Wagner.
yeah, I think so too. I think that would make the most sense. You could even start him next to Wagner.
Yeah, so like I think they're gonna go defense next pick. David, being a realistic NFL fan and looking at the general manager perspective and head coach perspective. So yeah, I think another linebacker or something to help that core, because you got two offensive linemen I think in free agency. You stole Batty Ash from the Cowboys,
True.
and I think you got someone else. So it's not like you have to reach for another offensive line, because
Yeah.
that solidified and helped you already, because your offensive line was missing maybe one or two pieces.
Or maybe it's a defensive end. You know,
Yeah.
they got rid of
Oh,
Chase
yeah.
Young. They got
And,
rid of.
well, Sweat too, because he went
Sweat.
to you guys.
Yep.
So yeah, I think defensive side with the identity that Dan Quinn's going to try to build makes perfect sense, to be honest.
I struggled with the defensive end prospects this year. Like, yeah, there's a couple like Jared Verse. I think stands out to me. And then probably Chop Robinson later if he slides around too. That would be a good one. But I don't know. To me, after like the first two rounds, that's it. I don't think there's really a good prospect to really.
See, Danny, there you go. They don't. Apparently, they're saying they don't need a wide receiver like you thought. So
I hope that's true.
left
Pick is in.
guard. They said the edge. The
Brock
Tennessee
Bowers.
Titans are. The
Imagine.
Tennessee Titans are always interesting, right? Because they're. A few years ago, that GM was giving everyone their best player, which is makes no sense. Like, how do you? That's the most asinine thing I've
Yeah.
ever seen in my life.
I think that was the
And you
point.
gave them away with discounts. Like, it was cheap picks.
Yeah. I think
Oh,
that was
man.
the point that Vrabel was like,
Poor
F
guy.
this.
I feel bad for Vrabel because he's a great coach with a dumb ownership and GM, basically.
All right, let's see what we have here. All right, J.C. Latham, offensive tackle, Alabama. All right, okay. I told you they probably want to show up that offensive line for Levis, so that makes sense.
And they have two good receivers.
Yep.
They got Tony Pollard in free agency.
Yeah,
So that
I love what they did.
they
actually.
they had a good off season, to be honest.
And just the way that Levis came in and started, like he
He has a good of an arm. Like I wanted, and when he came in the draft, I was like, he's gonna fall to someone and he's gonna show better than a lot of other
Yeah.
ones. And he showed out. Someone loved someone loved it. All right, we love you too. But
appreciate the love.
so like you got DeAndre Hopkins, who's a veteran, who now what's the other young stud that went there? Was it Jared Judy?
Yeah, for the Browns.
No, the Titans.
Oh no
Who
no no
went-
no! It was Calvin Ridley, wasn't it?
Was it?
I
Oh
think
yeah,
it's
so
Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Hopkins, a veteran now with the young Calvin Ridley, and then now you solidify the offensive
That's
line. You
right.
get Tony Pollard, like
I forgot what they did. Yeah, no. Now I know why they don't need a wide receiver because they got. Yeah, it makes sense. So J.C. Latham makes a lot of sense here.
and it helps them because
Yeah.
they didn't have too much. I mean, their offensive line wasn't the worst, but now you're just adding that depth, and now a starter.
Yeah.
And now you have a young quarterback, a veteran receiver that can teach another young athletic wide receiver, and you get a Tony Pollard that was coming hot at the end of last season.
Yeah,
So it's Tennessee's looking good.
I like it.
Yeah.
I wish my I don't know if my friend Jaime is tuned in or
Is he a
not.
Titans fan?
He's a Titans fan, but I gotta ask him and see what he thinks. Because we were talking about earlier, actually, he had reached out to me to ask me what I wanted the Bears to do, and I asked him what he wanted, and he actually said he wanted Malik Neighbors or Alt, and of course,
But at
it's-
least he's got an offensive lineman.
Yeah,
He's
and
he
he's
got the
good.
same position.
so is J.C. Latham? Let's see here. Is he okay? He's a right tackle.
They have a great left tackle, I think. In
Who is it?
Tennessee. His name escapes me right now, but he's not a slouch.
Okay.
But you know what? Going back to David, we're talking about the Commanders and the identity.
Yep.
This offseason, from the Commanders and Tennessee Titans perspective, they know exactly what they want to be, and they're going after it. And I love that. So it's exciting, man. The draft. Oh, I just wish NFL season can start like next week.
I know,
or something.
but you
Like,
know what? It'll be here quick.
I know. Man, it's gonna be weird not bantering. Like my brother posted that on Facebook. It's gonna be weird not bantering with Uncle Gerard.
I know,
The Atlanta Falcons is in. All right, Dion prime time.
but you know what Uncle Gerard would have said to you.
Oh yeah.
You know what? You could
Yeah.
read his mind. So
Cowboys suck. Amongst worse things. But all right, so I said Dallas Turner, and we've had what, 2 Leafs blow because Chargers went Joe Alt.
Yep.
And then Neighbors, so that's 3 now because everything's changed since then.
yeah,
So now let's see if Dallas Turner's there, like we predicted.
David says Bowers here. But they already have Pitts though.
Yeah, but he's the Pitts.
Who knows? Yeah.
No, I like Kyle actually. Kyle Pitts is pretty bomb. And he's got Kirk Cousins now, so he has him and Drake London have no wire to complain.
Yeah.
Because Ritter was not the guy. I don't know how or why they thought he would be great when that dude would just run around in circles and not throw the damn ball.
If you think about it, Bowers is not a crazy pick. I think this would make a lot of sense. Two tight end sets. You already have Drake London, right? You have Darnell Mooney. You have, I forgot they picked up somebody else as well. Yeah, I mean,
And they have
I can see that
Robinson.
working.
That running back is going to be a stud.
They better use
They
him this
better
year,
use him correctly.
Yeah, Arthur Smith did him.
I
a
say
disservice.
Dallas Turner still. Like I'm pretty confident
I think so too.
because like that defense is already good, and then now you went off season with free agency. Like it's gonna be awesome.
So let's see. We went wrong. You went wrong with Rome. Thank God. Malik Neighbors.
But hey, I got a receiver right though.
Yeah, you
I
did.
picked the right position.
Dallas Turner, Jared Verse. All right. So yeah, let's. I'm
You
okay with
picked
being
Jared
wrong.
Verse for the Bears. Oh man,
The pick is in. Let's see what the Falcons do. I'm excited, man. This doesn't get any
who does
better
he
than this.
like?
Not sure. I
All
just met him
right.
today.
Oh really?
Yep.
Me too.
No.
But of course, homeboy's a Cowboy fan.
Chris is just sweating it over there. I think he Chris wants
Chris,
Rome.
looking for a Dunze or what? What's happening?
He's sweating it over there.
Yeah. Well, at this point, if the Falcons don't need to pick a Dunze, but I mean, no, I got my position right, but when the Chargers on his mock draft didn't pick Neighbors, then that's when things turned. But I got the position right. They picked a receiver.
There's no way the Bears are looking at Caleb Williams and him already posted together, and the perfect skill set receiver, Keenan Allen, to be his mentor, and not taking it.
Let's hope it's true.
So on our mock draft, Gabe, in our mock draft, I picked Dallas Turner for the Falcons. Yeah, Alabama.
Here we go. Pick
So
is
the
in.
pick is in for the Atlanta Falcons. Let's see
Please don't
who
be
it
Rome.
is.
Please don't be Rome. Dallas Turner, come on.
They picked JJ McCarthy.
Michael Penix Jr.
Wow.
Wait,
I think we're getting Dallas Turner.
Wow.
the first surprise, mate, that you just signed Kirk Cousins in free agency, and you just said, you know what, bro? Here we're gonna drop the mic, and we're gonna draft a replacement already. Like,
Oh my God.
Shake up, and now that gives the Bears the best edge in the draft. You have to do it.
you have
think
to
so?
get Dallas Turner
have to
now.
get Dallas
Like, there's no way. This is the surprise of the first surprise of the NFL draft. How do you go and get Kirk Cousins free agency, sign him all that money, and then you go and get draft Penix Jr.
Unless the NFL's making the Falcons give Kirk back because of the whole.
Maybe. Yeah, because they're now that tampering thing or whatever it might affect them.
Oh my God.
What is going on?
This is just gonna shake up the rest of the draft.
Now the draft is gonna go bonkers because now people are like, wait, we had what?
Yeah, you're gonna start to see Bo Nix come.
Kirk is on his tail. No, Kirk is on his way out. I mean, Kirk is probably calling his agent like,
Tail
hey,
end of his career. Yeah, he is. He's in his. Yeah, and you know what? He's coming.
Kirk's gonna get traded to Dallas.
I don't think you want him. You're better off with Dak.
I'm better off with a new quarterback. But
Wow. Oh man, I'm in shock.
this is the pandemonium.
I want
Oh
Rome.
my-
I want Rome. Please.
This is nuts. If you're an Atlanta Falcon right now, you're probably going nuts because
Pick is in
I
for the
don't
Bears.
know,
They already
man.
know.
I don't know.
They already know.
How do you sign him for that much money though? And then
Draft a quarterback. I don't know what they're doing. This is a stupid pick.
how about identity? Commanders, the Titans, and all that jazz. They've had an identity in the previously, and they stuck with it. Now the Atlanta Falcons are backtracking on what they wanted to do.
This is not a dumb pick because of the Michael Penix selection. It's a dumb pick because they spent so much money
On
and
Kirk
they're going to
Cousins.
lose some draft
If
capital.
you wanted to draft him there anyway, why'd you go after Kirk Cousins?
It makes no dang sense. And actually, I don't know. This could set them back.
This is Arthur Smith probably doing it because it makes you don't go. The owner,
Arthur Smith?
isn't he the owner? The
That's the coordinator. He's on the Steelers now.
oh, Arthur Smith.
Arthur Smith is on Steelers.
Yeah. What's his name then? The owner.
Oh, it's the owner's Arthur Blank.
Arthur. Yeah, they're both Arthur, right? So
Yeah.
Arthur Blank. Arthur Blank must have picked that pick because that makes no sense, man. I mean,
I'm about to flip over this table if it is Rome Odunze.
I
If
think
it is
that
Rome Odunze, I'm
at
out.
this point, you better go Dallas Turner because he's there and available.
Kirk's agent is the real winner. You are right about that.
What happened?
Kirk Cousins' agent is the real winner.
Oh, he's. You know how much money they've made, and Kirk Cousins. You like that? You like that? And his agent's going, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I mean, dude, this is crazy. I don't understand that pick, but whatever.
Oh my God.
And we were a few days ago when we were all together hanging out for Gabe's birthday. We're saying the Bears have always done something weird and bizarre to disappoint you guys, but the Atlanta Falcons right now, their fanfare has to be a little
Yeah.
disturbed.
I want to get on Twitter to check on them real quick.
Yeah. Check bridges. Make sure no one's already kind of did some weird stuff. But yeah, it's. I don't
We have a
know.
lot of Bears fans here. All right, what are we saying, guys? What do you want here?
Dallas Turner.
Dallas Turner, okay. Dallas Turner.
Dallas Turner. I don't think Brian was expecting him to be available. So Dallas Turner.
I
think so too?
I agree.
Top 5 last year.
You have to go that because you don't have a defensive player that can.
Oh no. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at Dallas Turner, honestly. I think Dallas Turner is solid.
This is so crazy.
Yeah.
See, the Falcons just flipped the draft on its head. So now things are.
It
pretty
sucks
well.
to see Rome Odunze go, but
He's roaming around,
Dallas Turner is bulked up to legit the end. Wait.
dude. And yeah,
Here
he'll
we
go
go.
with Sweat, and it makes too much sense for you.
here we go. Here we go.
Oh, dope Bears.
Who is it?
I think he selected Odunze.
Yeah, Rome Odunze. They got their guy.
Man, how do you not
They
get?
got their guy.
I don't know.
Gabe gets his wish, but I don't know. Do we miss on Dallas Turner though?
I would have been ecstatic.
If Dallas Turner wasn't there?
Dallas Turner's going to Minnesota.
You better not hope he turns into the next fucking.
Dallas Turner-
Because now we're gonna look back and be like, what's
Yeah, because
Dallas
you
Turner's
have
going
DJ
to-
Moore. It's not
to
like you
Minnesota.
have a slouch of a number one, So now you get a number two, obviously. But you had Dallas Turner there because he fell to you.
Guys, this was supposed to happen. This was supposed to happen. This guy was a fan of Devin Hester. His first jersey was Brian Urlacher.
He was a Bears fan.
No, he just his
No.
aunt. He was a fan of Hester. His aunt gave him his first NFL jersey was happened to be Urlacher because he went to go visit her.
So Odunze falls to the Bears like Gabe and you all wanted.
Yep.
Because the Atlanta Falcons flipped the draft on its head, and now I don't know what. Now the Jets, you know what the Jets are gonna do? They're gonna draft Bo Nix.
Yeah, they're gonna go.
They're
Bauer
gonna
with it.
draft Aaron Rodgers' replacement, and then he's going to get traded because he's gonna see the. I love Brock Bowers. I picked Brock Bowers in our mock draft to the Jets.
They
So
got Tyron Smith. Why not get that tackle out of Oregon?
what?
No banging.
Oh, what you hear it?
Yeah,
Oh,
picking it up.
But now I don't like it as much.
yeah. I agree with Chris. Like you and Gabe are happy, but like now it's a reach.
It's not a reach.
It is. It's a bit of a reach. You got to get the best player right there if you're 1-9.
It also goes into scheme fit, right?
Well, you do put him with the number one quarterback, so that's okay.
Alabama has a 3-4 defense. Dallas Turner was a stand-up outside linebacker. We played a 4-3. Does he really
He
have?
was a stand-up guy.
He is a stand-up guy, but can he produce? And I think
don't-
he can. I'm not saying he can't.
No, I
But
agree.
Rome
But
Odunze, think of the situation. He's coming into an offense that is built for success right now, right? You have a good veteran and
Bo Nix, yep.
DJ Moore and Keenan Allen to teach him the ropes. You're pairing the wide receiver with the rookie quarterback. So we're going to grow together and be the foundational
Well, I agree
pieces
with
for
that.
the offense.
I love the pick, to be honest. But at the same time, it's like you could have had the best defensive person.
Could have.
So who did you get in free agency in defense? Did you guys pick up anyone?
No, that's where the Bears are lacking. Oh, look, they traded.
Now we're really been mad, bro.
They swapped picks, the Jets and the Vikings.
JJ McCarthy, here we go.
JJ.
It has to. You can't trade up one to not get a quarterback. I mean,
Oh, Knicks. They traded the Vikings traded Jets.
see, yeah, that makes sense because Brock Bowers will drop down.
Yep.
I mean, it.
Taking quarterback.
Oh,
Yeah,
the pick is
they
already.
already know.
Yeah, I mean the Vikings. So
They already know.
yeah, so the Vikings trade, ladies and gentlemen. JJ makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah, he does.
JJ McCarthy.
Still alive.
It's okay. We will.
What's the pup's name?
It's Rome.
Gigi. You took a little bit to think about that. Are you sure that's your name, Gigi?
It's Rome. Adunze.
Well, Roman Dunze's already picked, so it can't be him.
No, I would say the dog's name.
So, the Minnesota Vikings trade with the New York Jets, just one
Chris is
pick
mad.
swap.
Chris
Yeah,
is mad.
I mean, I can see where Chris is upset. I mean, you had one of the probably the best, one of the overall talented player on the board still, and you passed him. But it is. I mean, so we talked about it a few days ago, right? The Bears, the Bears always do something that scratch your head. And now Chris is like the vocal point of my proof. Like,
I don't
You
know.
could have got someone else in the second round. 'Cause we were at two
and to my point with Chris, Gabe sat there with us 15 minutes of a conversation saying that the wide receiver draft is deep this year. So now you could have had Dallas Turner and drafted a wide receiver later anyway.
Now you have a huge question mark at the DN spot.
Exactly.
Very-
So yeah, if it's deep, why are we like reaching? There you go. But I mean, you guys are happy.
I'm happy.
Gabe's
I told
happy.
her I have some up his sleeve
Caleb
that-
Williams on that
for
play.
that other DN.
Huh?
Caleb Williams makes me happy.
Yeah. The number one pick was the most important thing. So now, but yeah, JJ McCarthy makes perfect sense for the Minnesota Vikings, and they have another pick that they could probably help them with later on in the draft, right?
So it's interesting, right? We're here debating as far as Bears fans go. We're debating wide receiver. We're debating defensive end. In this case, for the Vikings, right? They're debating quarterback, defensive end. I mean, where do you go, right? They have Sam Darnold. Yeah, he's not proven. So JJ McCarthy, I guess.
But you
Is,
also said earlier that the defensive end is not that big this year in depth. So Dallas Turner's still there. Quarterback, if they what number did they draft it? Because they have two picks, right?
Yeah, I
So-
think he's 23.
yeah, right before us, right? So right before the Cowboys maybe. But you have to pick a quarterback here.
I'm slacking with these
You just
draft picks
blocked
here.
Kirk Cousins. Well, yeah, because we're excited and we're just going crazy. So trade alert, ladies and gentlemen. It's basically a swap because Minnesota goes to 10 now instead of 11, and the Jets go back and probably pick Brock Bowers.
And if he's a fucking bastard to us for like 10 years, I'll be pissed.
Dude, imagine
So you got
it's signed Sam Darnold to be that bridge man. So maybe they get Dallas Turner. Oh my! And Kevin O'Connell. I mean, what have they been lacking in Minnesota? They've been lacking defense.
well, they probably get both positions here, right? They get their defensive end and they get their quarterback hopefully a little bit later on, 23.
Maybe.
Could be Bo Nix.
Yeah. Yeah, he could fall.
So
Because Penix, man, that's so Atlanta like throws a curveball. That
he,
was nuts. I don't. And okay, so Chris is upset because of the Bears, right? If I'm an Atlanta Falcon fan, I'm saying, why?
yeah,
I'm more upset if I'm a Falcon fan than I am a Bears fan right now.
yeah, that I was gonna check.
Penix is great, but you don't sign a quarterback for all that money and then go draft his replacement right after.
All right, so I got the trade terms from Adam Schefter. So the Vikings are trading their number 11 pick and a 4th round pick and a 5th round pick to the Jets in exchange for the number 10 pick and the number 203 pick. So, yeah, they had to give up a couple.
Just to swap one?
Yeah,
That is crazy.
Swear to God, JJ.
Yeah, it has to be a quarterback at that point. You don't give up that
Yeah.
draft capital to
Yeah.
not get a quarterback.
I think you're right. I think it has to be
Well,
JJ.
Dallas better trade up and get Dallas Turner then.
It makes sense.
Don't
get a taco.
Dallas goes to Dallas. That better work.
Don't get a taco this year.
Because, man, him, Parson, that'd be a great matchup with Lawrence and everybody. That front seven would look real good.
You're right about that, David. There's always one team that throws off the draft for sure.
And you know what? We thought the Chargers when we did our mock draft because of Harbaugh and then
Yeah.
their pieces that they needed. And then the Falcons, like, what is going on?
They are so dumb.
And and this is why the Falcons are who they are, right? They're the team that blew the 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl. They're the team since that happened have not been able to match the moxie of that team.
Yeah.
Like because of what they do. And I'm like, oh man, I don't. David, how do you feel about them going to Penix Jr. after you know what they did already in the offseason? Like I want your feedback since you've been the most
Engaged.
engaged person on our chat. Let me know, man, because I don't know, man. I've always liked the Falcons. I love the city. Hollywood's there, you know, there's movies and stuff there. Like it's just so much stuff up in Atlanta. But if I'm a Falcon fan, I'm not even a Falcon fan, and I'm upset, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm upset. Yeah, they're doing the team, the city, a disservice there.
Dallas Turner was
you're built
right
to
there
win right now.
in your back pocket.
You're built to win right now. Shore up the defense. Let Kirk Cousins go out there and ball.
And he could beat the division. I mean, the division was the division barely. What they won the Buccaneers won the division at 8-9 or whatever it was.
Yeah,
Sorry. Oh,
it's all right. You're upset.
bro.
Oh man, here we go. Let's see what the Vikings how they respond.
The Vikings select JJ McCarthy. I mean, there's
I think so.
Yeah, it's him.
My boss is a Vikings fan, so I gotta ask him about this tomorrow.
well, they gave up a lot for one pick. All they had the Jets were right there. Like, what is going on? It sounds like the Jets are going to draft the quarterback.
But when you know, I guess.
Yeah, you have to, right?
It's crazy about the money they spent only to pick a quarterback. Yeah, I know. That's why I disservice to them because here they are. They're ready to win offensively. They need defense. Go.
Imagine like if they do like the Miss Universe and they pronounce the wrong name. JJ McCarthy, Michigan quarterback, going to the Minnesota Vikings.
All right.
And you know what? He kind of fits the Kirk Cousins type mold, right? Like the way he plays, the way he looks, like he
Yeah.
fits that. So it's not like they're losing; they're just equaling out to what Kirk Cousins was. And now he goes to one of the best wide receivers in the world.
True.
And then he goes to one of the best running backs in the world. And I'm pretty sure he'll take the starting spot from Sam Darnold.
Oh yeah, it's just a matter of time.
But
Definitely.
like again with the Patriots, right? Like, do they tell him, hey man, we're gonna let you sit here, develop and learn, and we'll let Sam, take the reins right now.
That would be the smart thing.
Yeah, because
Again.
you don't want to get McCarthy killed from the jump.
What happened to Sam Darnold when he was with the Jets? All it took is that one Monday night game to get the speed of the NFL and get scared.
Yeah, and he said he saw ghosts.
Exactly. That is not ideal. And so if they're in a rebuilding stage, I think everyone knows this at this point. So why rush the process? Bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's man, this is
Oh,
ever
man.
since the Falcons pick, everything's been lopsided.
I know.
Everything was kind of cool. And then what pick was that? So who do we have the Vikings picking at the mock draft?
JJ McCarthy at
Okay, so
11.
we're correct. So we still have Brock Powers.
We're changed, like, I don't know. I don't know.
Bless you. Pick is in. The Jets know.
Yeah.
It has to be Brock Bowers.
I think it's Brock Bowers. I mean, you put him with Aaron Rodgers and already a stud running back and an already stud wide receiver.
It seems like this draft is going fast. Teams know what they want.
And you know what? It's because we're talking too. Like it's speeding up the game. I can't wait the game too. Like, yeah, this and maybe down the line when they say like what happened in 2024, maybe this is the reach quarterback, right? Like maybe this is the one that doesn't pan out like it wants to, or maybe Penix because the Falcons took him.
I don't know. I like Penix. I think
I do too,
He's a
but
good quarterback.
I just where they found him.
Yeah. Boy,
He could have fallen to them in the second round.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, man, that is wild.
We got some more comments here.
I wonder what Kirk Cousins says.
Side question. Releasing Aaron Jones. Yeah, me too. Even though I hate the Packers, right? But
It is so
Aaron-
shocking.
yeah, Aaron Jones was just he was a franchise player there, even after Aaron Rodgers left. and they did him wrong. They
And
just
don't get me started.
yeah. Well, go ahead.
David,
We got time.
being a Cowboys fan, he wanted to, I'm sure he wanted to come home, be in Dallas. He balls out in that damn stadium anyway. And then Jerry Jones was like pretending to be Ray Charles and like missed. We could have had him or Derrick Henry, and we passed on both.
Cowboy killer. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, exactly. And then yeah, if you can't beat him, join him. Like he could have been a Cowboy.
Oh my God. That,
Now imagine.
and instead, the Cowboys go and get Royce Freeman, and now they want
And
Zeke.
you could say the name, and I'm like Royce Freeman. He's a Freeman.
It has been.
Oh my god, man, Jerry Jones. Oh my god, don't get me started. We'll have to make this an adult, all adult podcast. All right, this has to be Brock Bowers, right? I mean,
I think so. It could be a tackle as well.
yeah,
Yeah,
it could be offensive
Patanu,
lineman for sure.
Aldo Fashanu.
TJ, who's your mama?
Exactly. I was waiting for you to say that. I knew that was coming.
TJ, who's your mama? Sheesh. Yeah, they got a left tackle now, and if he stays healthy.
Yeah, man. Aaron Jones. Now that you brought him up, David, I think I feel bad for the guy because
And he only has a 1-year deal, so he can be. He's a free agent again next year.
I think he ends up in Dallas. That's my prediction.
Still,
Yeah.
I hope so. I pray. Man, I don't know. I just want to win a damn Super Bowl. Like, geez, I'm tired of waiting every damn
wow.
year.
I missed this comment from David. Apparently,
Penn State offensive tackle.
Okay.
Look at them.
they're still waiting. Okay, yeah, they're happy with it.
I don't think they expected his name or like a lot of people Brock Bowers, right? So
Oh, yeah.
what was his other thing?
David's mentioned that ESPN posted it on that ESPN had posted on Facebook that the Vikings selected JJ McCarthy even
wow.
before they selected it on the screen here. So that's,
Yeah, because yeah, it's weird with TVs and signals and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
social
it just
media is a little
depends
bit
where. Yeah,
ahead.
it depends where you're at, right? So
Yeah.
that's why people follow Twitter now, and they just reload.
you know what?
reload.
I've been doing that the last couple years and I hate it because to me it kind of takes away the
It
excitement.
takes away the
from-
fun.
Yeah.
because you already know.
Mhm.
Dave does that. Like our friend Dave.
Yeah.
Like he'll be like, hey, and I'm like, no, man. Like I want to see it. I want to like.
I want to react with
Yeah, I
the
want
people
to
on the
witness
screen.
it. So man, this is wild, right? So
So who do you think the Denver Broncos take here at number 12?
well, Penix is gone. So maybe
Bo Nix,
I would think so. Who do they have at quarterback?
Zach Wilson.
Who do they have at quarterback?
Hey, you like them.
Who?
You said it made sense for him.
Zach, no, I said Bo Nix. I didn't say Zach Wilson. Yes, it goes. He at least goes to an offensive-minded coach, but I don't think as damaged as he is right now, I don't think he'll be good going forward. But I mean, if there's someone that could turn him a little bit, it would be a Sean Payton.
Yeah.
Robert Saleh. There's no. I mean, he's a defensive-minded coach. There's no way he could have helped him, especially him.
Here we go.
The Broncos, man.
Another QB needy team. You're right about that.
Yeah, with the Broncos.
It seems like the Broncos haven't figured out
And you know what's crazy?
position.
The Broncos might have traded with the Jets earlier, so that's probably why the Vikings traded.
True.
Because Peyton Manning also said in interviews that they were wanting JJ McCarthy.
That's a good point. You know, I didn't think about that.
So maybe that's why the Vikings knew, like, hey, we should trade up to get.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. You got to be ahead of your competition there. So that makes sense.
And if Peyton Manning says it, it's probably true because he knows everybody and everyone's mother. So
Yeah. That kind of sucks for the Raiders if you think about it.
Raiders?
Yeah, because the Raiders don't have a legit quarterback, right? So
There's Dak Prescott. They can go get him.
true.
Just do a trade off, like trade draft picks. We go to 13, you go to 24. We draft something, and then you get Dak Prescott, and we get value.
And who's your quarterback next year?
Brian Drew. Dude, if we got Bo Nix, I would
That's
scream
his
like a
guy.
little girl.
That's his guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bo Nix, you guys
Just
be okay
the-
with that?
If I could pick in
No.
the last 10 years, I'd pick Herbert. But Bo
No.
Nix, if he
I
would
was
land,
like-
if he would land to us, I would scream. No lie.
I feel bad. Danny, who's the best running back right now? Number one. Who's the number one running back? I've seen none take
There's several.
in the draft?
It depends on who you talk to. There's Brooks that people say from Texas. There's the kid from
Marshawn Lloyd from USC.
You see the Cowboys one?
there's a Florida State kid that's high
Trey
too.
Benson?
Yeah, Trey Benson.
Running back first round? No?
I
don't think
wouldn't
so.
I wouldn't doubt, like I wouldn't mind it, but like we started the draft right before you guys got here, and I said if Dak Prescott's divorce is inevitable, do it right now. Get draft capital, draft a quarterback now, and then just build a Super Bowl team around him like they did Brock Purdy for the 49ers, like Russell Wilson fell into the Seahawks. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Because year two, Brock Purdy went to the Super Bowl. Year two, Russell Wilson, he won the Super Bowl. So it could happen.
I don't know. Have a good team. You put that.
Have you seen Dak in the playoffs? Yes, I would put it in his hands. We can't get any worse than the playoffs with Dak Prescott. That coaching was so bad. Playing zone when we've never played zone all year, and then we've stayed light at linebacker.
Yeah.
That was so atrocious.
Yeah, but you know it's exciting times that you're getting Diggs back.
Oh, remember we talked about that because people forget that Diggs and Overshown, and there's actual several other key the tier B players that we always talk about. They're coming back too.
Yep.
So I'm like, this team is not a slouch, even though we could have went all in probably in free agency like Jerry Jones said. But so the pick is in. So who do we think, fellas? Bo Nix or what?
Oh, I forgot he was still there.
How could you forget? We've
know.
been talking about him for 30 minutes.
I got so distracted with all the quarterbacks and trades.
I think Turner or Nix, to be honest. Gabe. And going back to what we said in the mock draft, Bo Nix fits the Drew Brees caliber of accuracy.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
And I picked him at 12, so let's see what happens.
You did
So how many have we been right and how many have we been wrong now?
bring it up and see.
We're still waiting for the Jets pick, right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right, so we were right on the first three picks.
So that's
or first
three?
four.
4.
We were. That was it. Well, we were right on the JJ McCarthy pick, but
So that's 5.
yeah,
So how many are we in? 5. So we're 5 at a. So there's one more that we're off. So we've 5 at 11, right?
5 out of 7. Yeah, yeah, you're right. 5 out of 11. 5 out of 11.
That's not bad for like a.
Yeah.
Well, because we're not in the offices and stuff like Mel Kiper and all them. Like,
Bo Nix?
it's sad for a Cowboy fan, but it makes too much sense right here. Sean Payton and Bo Nix is like a match made waiting to happen. gonna take some ass and kick some names.
We have
And the Denver Broncos select Bo Nix. I was right.
Bo Nix.
Whew.
I can't believe Dallas Turner is still on the board.
I know. Dallas better trade for that dude. So in our mock draft, we're 6 out of 12. Danny, we're actually fifth.
Hey, look at Las Vegas though. Las Vegas, perfect situation. They have what's his name? Crosby, Max Crosby.
Oh, he's amazing.
You just
They
got Christian
Wilkins.
Wilkinson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wilkins. And then now you have the chance to get Dallas Turner. That defensive line's going to be massive and hard to stop.
My goodness. There's Dak Prescott.
That's true. Hey,
A lot of people said if he were to get traded in day one, it would be to the Las Vegas Raiders.
really?
Yes. There's some guy that was saying there's whispers in the hallway that Vegas has been talking to Jerry like, hey, man, like, if you're willing, we're willing.
Tiger ties. Look at this. Patrick Nix, Auburn quarterback. That's his dad.
Oh, wow.
He was in Auburn and didn't do too well, and then he transferred over to Oregon, I believe. So
I'm so happy for both. Sean Payne and Bo Nix, man, that's so cool. Man, Russell Wilson, man, he became a journeyman, and after he started so amazing in Seattle.
Yeah. Gardner Minshew, man, Las Vegas. It's crazy.
I know, isn't that weird?
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
I mean, yeah, you don't. So now who do you go for? Because
Well-
Gardner Minshew is no long-term answer.
No, he's not. Like, there's really no other options. At
So they're
quarterback.
gonna stick with Aiden. What's his name? Aiden
They already know the pick is in, so I'm not even gonna take off this graphic here.
O'Connell, right? His name.
Aiden O'Connell, yeah, Aiden O'Connell. He
Purdue?
was second player now, second year player.
That has to be Dallas Turner, right?
I think so.
Can you imagine?
It's gonna be crazy, and we talked about
And
this
it's so
before.
cool because they can go hit Patrick Mahomes. That's what I love most.
Yes.
Like, just go hit him and stop making
This is the
the
way you stop him.
NFL rules, and you stop babying him and making everything for him.
And we talked about this in previous podcasts about Antonio Pierce being that defensive minded. He wants that
Tom
tenacity.
Coughlin, man, that front
Yeah.
seven. That front seven is so key.
So he's trying to build it here. I think it makes sense. I mean, this is not the most crazy outcome here that we didn't expect. I don't think anyone did when it comes to these selections, right? And so Dallas Turner falls on your lap. You gotta take him.
Yeah, and it's so weird that he's fallen all the way to 13, right? Like, so many people had him at top 5, top 10.
That's crazy.
Man, the Penix Jr. thing just flipped everything around. Maybe Las Vegas drafts Penix Jr. if he doesn't get drafted.
Yeah, I mean, I could have. I think that would have been the
Ideal, right?
The ideal situation for him.
Right.
Definitely.
Top 5 receiving for now. Easily.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
So, man, this is how are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on?
Hey, when you go
Any more comments, Danny, or where's
No
it at?
comments. Yeah, it's right here. No, there's no
Oh,
comments.
okay.
Right now.
Oh, it'll pop up right here.
Yeah, it'll have a notification.
Okay. Man, Bo Nix. So I was right about that one. And
Yep.
then who did you have the Raiders choosing?
Quinyon Mitchell, I think. Yeah, Quinyon Mitchell from Toledo, cornerback. But then again, if Dallas Turner would have been on the board, I would have selected.
you would.
Here we
The
go.
Las Vegas Raiders select. Let's find out, ladies and gentlemen.
Dallas Turner, I think. Brock
Brock Bowers, Georgia.
Wow.
Whoa.
That is crazy. Yeah, who's gonna throw to him exactly? Minshew. Oh, my-
So, hey, Kirk Cousins might be available.
he's not consistent.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
the Raiders are part of the picking the Caucasian rough and tough players.
At this point,
You know what? Maybe this is a Kelsey type of player they envision. They go up
it
against a
is an
Kelsey.
interesting pick because this is not as bad as the Penix one. Who's that guy? Oh, that's Brock Bowers.
Yeah, it's not. It's Greg Bowers.
Or Brock Bowers. Yeah.
No, you said Brock.
Okay.
No,
but
look
this
at it.
flips the draft again because like they said, who's gonna throw it to him?
Yeah, it does. You see, it would have made the most sense if the Raiders would have, traded for Justin Fields. You would have
At
had
this point.
Yeah, you would have had a serviceable quarterback.
And you would have gotten for cheap like Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh, they just gave you a pencil and you sent him away.
You may have overpaid or had to overpay for him, but
Brock Bowers to the Vegas Raiders. That's another one that's just so. Okay, what did Dallas Turner do to anybody? I mean, do we know something? Do they know something that we don't know?
I know now he's falling. So, hey, he can go here with the Saints.
Oh man,
You gotta stop Kirk Cousins. So, you gotta stop Michael Penix.
this is wild.
Oh yeah, we can't.
So who's the next top 5 of that's best available? I mean, this is nuts. Well, yeah, for sure. Probably he's one now.
Back from a white quarterback, right? Sheen.
Oh,
Oh yeah, from Iowa.
Iowa.
Cooper
Yeah,
DeJean.
he's. Oh, yeah.
DeJean.
Kobe.
Cooper.
Cooper did.
So
Hey, the kid from Andrews might be there in a year or two.
yeah,
Iowa
Cooper,
State.
right?
Yeah, Cooper. That dude's bad.
Murphy, like Atsu.
I honestly
I want to
think
draft him just so I can say his name like 15 times fast.
Laiatu Latu. No, but I think Latu is actually going to slide a little bit. If you think about it, Jared Verse is still there. Dallas Turner's still there. Chop Robinson, I mean, you're considering his medicals. If that's into consideration, then yeah, why wouldn't you want to go with another person?
Or
that-
even Sweat and Murphy. Like they're falling.
yes, you're right.
Man, this is so bizarre.
This is where you're going to see the draft shift defensive.
Yeah. At this point, because it's been all offense, and then Brock Bowers to the Raiders is pretty interesting. Like that was a tripped out draft pick.
Oh man, this is exciting though.
But Penix by far is the craziest one so far. Is this whose laptop is this?
That's fine.
You're a Washington fan now? Or what?
No, this is the win,
Oh,
the
that's
win flag from the
Uh-huh.
Cubs.
Stick turn. Put on the other side of Cameron Jordan.
Man, Cameron Jordan's he's so underrated. I don't know why people never talk to him or talk about him as much as they should. Cameron Jordan's so consistent, so
is.
valuable.
He's
for
a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, for sure. And where'd he go?
He's there.
No, what college did he go to?
Oh man, I don't know. You tell me. I
Went
don't
to
remember.
Oregon.
Who? Oregon?
Yeah,
Did he?
I think so.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's because I remember I was like, dang, they got him. And I'm pretty sure it's Cameron Jordan. I'm going to do some research real quick.
Yeah. I could have sworn it was a different college, but maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn he went to like a small college, but who knows? But man, this is crazy. I would have never predicted this outcome.
It's
But yeah, I mean, Dallas Turner, again, he's falling on somebody's lap.
man, it was someone else then that went to Oregon that the Saints drafted all those years ago. Man, who was it then? Because it says he went to University of California, Berkeley.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's what he said. Quick facts. Cameron Jordan.
The best available. Here we have Dallas Turner, Troy Patanu.
So at this point, since so many people are falling, Dallas is gonna have
Look at Latu. He's considered the third best prospect. I guess-
Dallas is gonna have a good defensive lineup at this point. Why not take him? You know,
Yeah. All right, let's fast forward a little bit. Who do you want the Cowboys to draft with at 2024?
man, this is nuts. At this point, oh man, it's hard to say. Because there's so many pieces that are confusing me right now, and I might as well just stay in Texas. Get Murphy, defensive tackle.
Hey, that would be
to-
solid.
He's not there.
He won't be there. He's asking me who I want, Chris. But yeah,
No, you can have him.
I know. Apparently, hey, you got a doomsday, so y'all better let me have.
We got who we want.
But yeah, that would be awesome. Byron Murphy, right?
I
is
like
his
that
name?
pick, yeah.
That'd be a great pickup. Put him next to Lawrence and Micah, and then let them eat. Yeah, heck yeah. And then you got Kendricks, a veteran that's going to be with Overshown coming
Yeah.
back, like that's young.
Yeah, that would be a great pickup for the defense for sure. And honestly, I'm curious to see how Sweat, where he ends up, because
Because he might fall.
Yeah.
What if we get them both because he
You
falls?
could, yeah.
That would be so. And then their teammates, they put them between Parsons and Lawrence.
That's
That
it.
would be
The
that would be
middle-
amazing.
it'll
And
be
Mike
tough to
Zimmer
run.
is all about the trenches. Like he's front seven hardcore.
Who's the defensive coordinator now?
Mike Zimmer.
Oh, that's right.
And he's cowboy blood. He's been there before, Like I like where we stand with our defensive coach right now.
Yeah, no, he knows what he's doing for sure. Yeah, he does look pissed off.
Who?
Dallas Turner.
Well, yeah. I mean, who would there's no way he would have expected to fall this far.
And it's scary if you think about it. He's already going to have that anger going into the league. He's going to remember this feeling.
Glad all the NFC run teams are gone unless he ends up a Packer.
Yeah, you know what? He could end up a Packer.
That would be terrible.
Or he can
I'd
end
be mad too.
You know what? What? Honestly, if we're looking ahead, he can go to the Saints. He can go to Seattle. Seattle makes a lot of sense.
He can go to the Colts
The
and
Colts
be on
too.
the opposite side of Buckner.
Yeah. I think all of these next teams are 3-4 defenses. So he could align with any of those.
How man, this is nuts. There's always a few picks, right? In any
Yeah.
draft that you're just like, what in the heck is going on? And then there's people that fall for some odd reason. This year, Dallas Turner's falling.
I wish I could hear what Nick Saban was saying about Dallas Turner.
Now, like people get to play players now.
Yeah, he doesn't like to the NIL.
It's kind of ironic though, right? Like he had all the privilege to get everyone's best because of the name of the college, and then now
Yeah.
he doesn't like it because they can transfer.
He lost all the advantage, really.
Yeah,
It used to be the prestige of Alabama, the
It's so
prestige
weird.
of Nick Saban, and now it's how much are you paying me?
it's so weird, right? No Belichick with New England, no Saban with Alabama. I mean, like all these like people that we've grown with, like are just gonna start tipping and retiring and whatever, you know. So
Now Andy Reid's at the top of the coaching.
now the games have evolved and caught up to them, and then now they can't be the goats, and now Andy Reid took over.
Kickers
So
in.
the pick is in for the New Orleans Saints. If it's not Dallas Turner, I mean, why is this guy sliding so much?
It didn't look like he was talking to anybody on the phone. Let's see who we have here.
And it's still not Dallas Turner, I don't think.
Okay.
Oh my
Fuaga.
goodness. Well, at least they're trying to protect Derek Carr. I mean, you signed him for all that money. You need to protect him, right?
Why not?
Why not? Because you paid him so much money, you might as well.
Yeah. I don't know.
So Dallas Turner falls again.
Falling.
Shee.
I think Murphy makes more sense for the big team.
Which Murphy?
Byron Murphy.
Buckner's DT. Those two play pressure up the middle.
Yeah, that's true. We were just talking about the Cowboys, selecting Byron Murphy.
They're a completely different skill set too. Buckner's 6'6", full rush. Murphy is low to the ground.
A technician, fast get off. Yeah.
I like this pick. Obviously, you know, you paid Derek Carr last year to be the new reins of the New Orleans Saints, and you got to protect him if you want to make some points. Because they couldn't score at times because he was getting hit a lot. So,
That's why I thought the Jets would take.
man, so another pick that is surprising. Who? It's even. So I had the pick, right? So who did I pick them? Or who did I have them picking?
You had Olu Fushanu.
Hey, I had the position
Yep, you did.
because I said if you're gonna pay Derek Carr all that money, protect him.
Yeah.
And they listened, but obviously Oshonu or whatever, he already wins. So
To the Jets.
yeah. So
I really thought the Jets were gonna get Brock Bowers just because they already have the good receivers
Yeah,
around Aaron
me
Rodgers.
too. And that was a great pick when you're like, I love that pick. I love that pick. And I
Yeah.
was like, it makes sense, man.
What's wrong with that?
Oh,
Don't think nobody at all?
Fashanu's happy.
Well, I would.
I mean, not Fashanu, but Tanu.
15.
So many.
you know what?
similar-
What's so frustrating too is picking at 24 is that like we have to wait so long to see who we get. You know, it's like, because I'm seeing all these like dominoes fall, and I'm like, oh no, oh no.
You're eager to see.
I know. I'm so excited. Dude, I can't wait for us to. So, what I was thinking about next week's episode,
Yep.
maybe Thursday, roll it back and then talk about like who won the draft. Because obviously now there's going to be day
like
2
it.
tomorrow, day 3, and then we'll talk about like, we'll pick like, let's do 4 teams to focus on of like who you think like added depth to what they needed and who reached. Actually, let's do that. 2 each that we thought did
Did
their
well.
job, and then 2 that kind of reached and surprised a lot. I'm sure Atlanta's going to be on both of our minds for sure.
Yeah, I'll try to come up with somebody other than Atlanta. But yeah, no, they take the cake today.
Man, this is nuts.
Okay, so the Colts need a cornerback, a wide receiver, a guard, or center, and a safety. So here, Cooper DeJean makes a lot of sense. You also have Terrion Arnold from Alabama. I mean, there's a lot of good cornerbacks. You get your first pick at the top cornerback, which is at this point a
Right.
win.
Man, how bizarre! Like that, and it shows, right, that all these, the NFL is definitely pro offense at this point because everyone's taking stuff to help their offense like be more dynamic and be
Yeah.
just score a lot of points, right?
Man, it's just crazy. I can't wait for the season.
To take away the hip tackle too is nuts.
Yeah. You're gonna have the Texans much improved. You're gonna have the Jets coming back with Aaron Rodgers, and now
They're gonna be hungry,
offensive line, probably a better running game too because they have a better offensive line.
right?
All defense. Can't play defense. Why draft them?
Maybe it's a shift, right? And shift in power. Could be.
Look at that, tied with 1983 most quarterbacks taken in the first round. So if we get one more quarterback taken, it'll break the record.
Who else is out there though? Am I missing somebody?
Maybe. I mean, but look at they reach with Penix, so I mean, someone could reach later too.
Somebody could get desperate. You're right. So let's see the 1983 draft. Is that the Dan Marino draft?
It sounds about right. Elway, Dan Marino.
Yep, you're right. Jim Kelly.
It was a great draft. It's now called the what is it? The year of the quarterback of the draft.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So can you imagine? Because Indianapolis, Seattle, they have what who did they get at quarterback? They got they got someone in free agency. Sam
they got
Howell.
Sam Howell.
Yeah.
But they still have Geno Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, the pick is in for the Colts.
The
Let's see.
Indianapolis Colts select Dallas Turner.
I say cornerback here. What do you?
I mean, someone has to pick the poor guy. I mean, how do you fall that far if you're the best defensive player?
They have everyone. They have Terrion Arnold, Cooper DeJean.
Arnold Palmer.
Quenyon Mitchell is another one.
It hasn't looked good for the Cowboys since free agency, let me tell you.
That was the year you were born, no? 96.
Well, 95 technically. that's the year we won the championship. Of course, the Super Bowls are playing the year after, but
Yeah.
well, even before Danny was born, the Bears have took a stumble too.
And let's just hope Dallas Turner goes here somewhere. Not to Green Bay.
Somewhere. I know. Can you imagine you went to Green Bay? Like Chris would be even more mad with the Doozy pick.
Chris is gonna leave right
On
now.
Doomsday pick.
Chris was
That-
pissed last year with Darnell Wright. Chris has been pissed the last couple of years.
He's got a right to be. Like, I'm with Chris. Like, you have every right, Chris. Like, you have reached several picks the last several years
Here
for
we
sure.
go. Commissioner's walking up to the podium. Let's see who is being selected.
Him and his back surgery. He ain't that quick anymore.
Oh, I haven't even been noticing. Are they hugging him?
That one guy did. So they probably told him, like, all right, calm down. All right, finally. The Indianapolis Colts select.
Yeah. That's true. Latu.
Latu.
Overturn.
Oh my
What
goodness.
is going on with Turner?
Dallas Turner drops again. Man, what did Nick Saban do to make people mad?
I don't know. There must
Hey,
be something
Man,
out there.
I can't say his name all the time now. Latu.
Come on, say it.
What is it?
Latu.
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 Something.
Who's your mom?
Yeah, DJ, who's your mom?
Okay.
That's what he looks like? Well, he got a haircut, right? Didn't he have longer hair?
He has an Edgar cut, no? It's an Edgar cut.
And then his friend has Edgar.
Yeah,
They're all
dang Edgars.
Edgars apparently.
He grew up on this side of the
He's gonna shoot it.
Oh
He's
man.
gonna shoot his gun in the sky.
Well, they said they got. Well, look, he won the 2023 Lombardi, best
Oh, the Lombardi.
yeah, the linebacker award.
I mean, he's good. He's a solid technical defensive end.
And you put him,
He's quick,
you
too.
put him with the Buckner. That's a front four. That's gonna be looking good.
Yeah.
There's someone else too that they have that's that is not that bad either. So that's 3 people now. All right, who are we cutting off over there? Cut them off. Man, this is so crazy. Dallas Turner falls again, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe it's because his name's Dallas. They just think that he's gonna fail them.
I don't know what is going on with Dallas Turner. Maybe.
He doesn't work for
I think I'm a,
What?
Maybe a 3-4.
yeah.
best corner. 4-3 obviously. Oh, yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Justin. I don't think Dallas Turner is meant for a 4-3 defense. I don't even think Latu is.
This is the first defensive player taken all draft.
That is nuts. Chris is. Yeah, I know. Like that's the first round, and it's the first defensive player picked.
Crazy.
See. Yeah. Might as well play flag football like the Pro Bowl. The pups is so cute.
She's begging to come in.
I know.
I guess he Dallas Turner going here though. Seattle, 3-4 defense.
Danny, Dallas Turner has saw his last name or his name gone every other pick, but he's like, all right, it should be
I'm
me.
just gonna keep saying it doesn't happen in Green Bay.
It should be me. Where is Green Bay picking?
23,
25, I think. 26.
yeah, somewhere around there.
Because they beat us, so they're ahead of us.
Let me see. Green Bay is
All
25.
right, so what about the Colts? Who did you have? You had
Cornerback.
Eugene.
Yeah, Cooper
So who
DeJean.
did I have for Seattle?
Marius Mims.
Amarius Mims, huh?
Besides, I read that Cincinnati, they have like the worst player development by facility, which is why a lot of people don't know. They don't have free nutrition for their players. They don't have a lot of shit that should be
That should be in an NFL organization.
in an organization. They don't have.
That's crazy. That's why Cincinnati's always been, Cincinnati, because Like-
Makes sense why guys want to know them.
yeah, they got 2 key players that want to bounce out of Cincinnati. Maybe they get traded during the draft. We'll find out.
For those of you who are tuning in, thank you for sticking with us. I know we've been on almost 2 hours now, so we appreciate you
Yeah,
jumping on
we're only
and
halfway
engaging
through
with
the
us.
draft.
This is fun though. I wish
Yeah.
it could go on for 8 hours. I would do it.
Yeah, give me some iced tea and just no sleep. I'm down.
Yeah.
Calling into work tomorrow.
Oh man, I wish I wanted to call into work so bad, but got a meeting I got to attend. Dang responsibilities.
So I picked Seattle Mims. So let's see what happens. There's no Dallas Turner.
Oh man, it's just surprising. I'm curious to see what they found or why he's slipping.
But you know that someone always falls.
Yeah.
Man, we're lucky that Parsons fell to us.
That's
draft.
true. That's true.
Oof.
Because I remember that draft. He was mocked pretty
High.
early. Yeah.
And Eagles traded earlier or to get earlier, and then they still didn't get him. I mean,
Yeah.
they still got Devontae Smith, I think, which is no slouch. But I mean, yeah, a
But-
lot of teams right now would want a Parson.
So if you remember that draft, though the picks in, but if you remember that draft in 2021, there was a run at quarterbacks again, and so that's what caused him to kind of drop
And that
down.
2021 draft class is not looking good right now.
Yeah, and everyone's playing on different teams now
Yep.
except for Trevor Lawrence. But
That's crazy.
it's just kind of mind-boggling to me to know like Zach Wilson again. He probably got overhyped, with the draft process.
Oh, like JJ McCarthy. Let's see how he pans out for Minnesota, right?
Yep, Trey Lance probably got overhyped because of that. He had a really good season
And
when
even
he played.
Penix, to be honest. because he looked good, he looked fresh, but he's had injuries in his history, and he had this outstanding year
The
one
national
time.
championship. Yep, that's true. I mean, it's kind of it's a gamble for sure.
And it's crazy. So both national player quarterbacks both went to the NFC.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Is David still here? Or did,
I'm sure David's there.
he's the only one that keeps talking. Nate's in freshman high school. That's crazy.
Years are flying by, man. Before you know, we're gonna be 45 talking about the draft.
Hey, with the receiver room that we have, is there any reason
Thank you.
for Caleb Williams not to have 4,000
Oh
yards?
man, my hero.
Say that again.
Is there any excuse for Caleb Williams not to become the first 4,000 yard passer?
He has weapons. Nope, he has weapons. He has a better offensive line than we did last year.
His only excuse is if we're running on the clock. Because we're winning.
True. Let's hope that's the case.
Right now, Bears are America, and Green Bay, and the Lions are fresh.
So let's see what we have here. Dallas Turner's falling. Cornerbacks are not going yet, so
Not one.
not yet.
Not one quarterback is gone.
So I think that we're gonna start seeing a run on cornerbacks, honestly. Maybe another offensive tackle. And then from there, I think it's probably gonna, I don't know, maybe start going defense. But it's crazy. I mean, I would have never thought that this was gonna be the outcome.
Well, at least not one player up until what, 15 or 16 right now
Yep.
of defense? How bizarre.
It's really bizarre. I don't remember a draft ever being that way, shaping up that way.
Yeah. I mean, because I remember JJ Watts, you know, like all those defensive people that just were there for the taking, and people took them.
The Seahawks are, it looks like they're gonna pick here pretty soon. So I mean, they have
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald's gone, right? So the Rams can go for a D tackle there. That makes sense. The Seahawks just thinking ahead, right? What do they need? Offensively, I think they're good. They have Kenneth Walker. They have DK Metcalf. They have Jackson Smith and Jigba. They kept Lockett. So I think it has to be a defensive player here. Or maybe even offensive tackle. If you remember, they drafted their two offensive tackles a few years back. So maybe it's a guard here. And guard, there really hasn't been a run on guards yet. So it's gonna be interesting to see. All right, here we go.
Well, Bobby Wagner leaving again. Maybe that's perfect for Dallas Turner. Because, like Gabe said, he's lighter on weight, so maybe they put him at linebacker.
I just have a problem with people like having a player switch positions that drastically. I mean, you're talking about being an outside linebacker to now being a middle linebacker. Is like there has to be an adjustment process, and who knows if he adjusted that you know?
Correctly.
Yeah, he's so used to playing on the end that who knows. They're doing a flyover here to kind of.
Yeah, what's happening over here? Why is it taking so long? Pretty weird.
But then after Seattle, we have Jacksonville and Cincinnati. Cincinnati's interesting. Think about it. T. Higgins just requested a trade this week, so who knows how they might consider replacing him, right? And they have a lot of talent there. They have the best, potential top. If they're looking for a similar build, right? 6'5". You have A.D. Mitchell. You have Brian Thomas. Here you go. Picks in for the Seahawks. Commissioners announcing it.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Seattle Seahawks select
Byron
Byron Murphy.
Okay. Yeah, that's
That's a solid pick. That's the one that you asked me a while ago. Who would I pick? And that's now my guy's gone.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. I'm not mad at that one.
That's a good pick. Dallas Turner falls again.
Yeah. Now that Byron Murphy's gone, do you think that the Rams get a little bit desperate here and try to get their Aaron Donald replacement?
I don't know. It's hard to say, right? Like
I mean, New England.
there was people that were saying that they would draft Penix so he could be the heir apparent of Stafford.
True.
No one expected him be the heir apparent of Kirk Cousins because they just got him.
That's true.
Crazy.
Okay. I like this pick for them. I'm telling you, as far as defensive line goes, right?
Trade alert. Jacksonville trades back. Who do they trade with?
The Vikings.
To the Minnesota Vikings. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Chris is even more. There's no way you don't get Dallas Turner right here.
Yeah. They're getting their quarterback and their D end.
They got a quarterback, and now they get the replacement for Daniel Hunter. That has to be Dallas Turner.
Yeah. Well,
Whee!
I think this is better than him going to Green Bay. Honestly, I would rather have
Does
him
it
with
matter?
the Vikings. Dallas Turner. I would rather have him go to the Vikings than the Packers. So no, that's okay. So I gotta get on top of this, man. I'm slacking here with the trade alerts. So of course we have the Vikings who traded with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So the Vikings, I believe, were 23rd. So let's see what they give up. I mean, they already gave up a lot to move up to,
For the Jets.
yeah, for the 10th spot.
Because
So,
they probably knew that.
and I know
Denver-
the Vikings had a lot of picks, so that's interesting.
So you know what? Man, everything, man. So the Vikings, honestly, since they're off season and what they're doing right now, I mean, I think they're winning day one.
Yeah.
They get JJ McCarthy. They're going to trade up to possibly get Dallas Turner.
Their pick is in. Vikings know who they want. And we're here assuming here, but I think it's Dallas Turner. I think Dallas Turner is going to be the one that they go for.
And you know what? They just saw Byron Murphy get taken, so they're like, "Hey, we need to make a move now."
Yeah, yeah, they're predicting a run on defensive linemen. But that's interesting. Leatu Latu goes before Dallas Turner. I did not expect that.
And Byron Murphy.
And Byron Murphy, yeah. Byron Murphy's a defensive tackle, but yeah, to your point, that's defensive lineman. All right, the commission's at the podium.
He's
Yeah,
already celebrating.
that's
It's
it.
Dallas Turner.
Dallas Turner. Okay.
So Chris's realization that he's going to your division. Now Odunze has to.
Lose twice, but lose by 30.
I like that mentality, Chris.
I hope so.
Look at that. He's pouting.
Yeah, he's gonna be angry for sure. Like he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder for
Yeah.
sure. Dropping that.
He's going to
far.
be a good pro.
He's gonna be like Julius Peppers.
I don't know about Julius Peppers good. He'll be probably as good as Will Anderson.
I think his is right apart. Undersized.
Yeah.
High moment,
Yeah,
fast.
Yeah. Yeah, he does have that potential. And even if you look at not last year's, but the year before his tape, he was still as a wrecker as Will Anderson. Yeah.
He will be a problem for Braxton.
Oh yeah, he's gonna kill Braxton Jones. I think his speed. Braxton
Is that
Jones
your
better.
guy?
Yeah, our left tackle.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's Dallas Turner.
I just.
So woo, go Bears! I pray for all y'all that Odunze shows up more than Turner.
He will.
Well, you can't double team arms.
So Cincinnati falls what 4 or 5 spots? I mean Jacksonville.
Yeah, not too far.
They go here.
Let's see if we have the trade details.
Man, this has been so the Vikings, the Falcons, and I would say the Raiders are the three that kind of like shocked us.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
I'm not seeing no trade details yet, but let's see. I'm sure it's gonna be.
I don't think be as excessive with the Jets one, but
I'm not seeing. I'll check back what the trade details, but I'm sure they gave up quite a bit to move down. Couple of spots there.
oh, remember Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh's 20.
Yeah, I remember I had them picking a receiver
Yeah.
to join Russell and Pickens.
You had them picking
The kid from Xavier Worthy, right? From Texas? No,
No.
Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman. That's who you
Keon
had.
Coleman.
we're gonna have to put
So crazy. So what do you think about the 2024 NFL draft so far?
I'm excited. I'm excited that it turned out the way that I wanted for my team, but as far as the other teams go, it's crazy. I mean, we called some right, but I mean, the Falcons. I think that just
It flipped everything.
yeah.
And we've been pretty spot on by position. Like they went the position. It's just
Mm-hmm.
they liked a different player more, right? So
Yeah.
man, this is wild. This is what the NFL draft is always about. Thank you, Gabe.
It seems though for like 3 months, at least 2, I felt if you get Taylor Williams and a dude
Man, so Cincinnati have two key players, star players for them actually that are requesting to trade. So we'll Adonai Mitchell, maybe.
AD Mitchell.
Well, it might as well because your defensive talent has already been taken. So
I like Jackson Powers Johnson
Jared Burks.
for the Cowboys.
maybe that's who we had in the mock draft.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, and hope you all enjoying this live broadcast with us finally together. And we built it up for the NFL draft. This is interesting day so far. The Atlanta Falcons definitely surprised the world, for sure.
Sorry, we're eating on air. It's just a long podcast, so trying to refuel.
Yeah, I was like, I think we're gonna eat after, but once they brought the pizza, I was like, all right, cool, I'm down.
So the Bengals, I think wide receiver here.
I mean, you would think, but with everything going on, who knows now? What if they get the gene? Or whatever?
True, they could
Because they lost Awuzie.
go. Yeah, it could be cornerback. They'd be selecting the first cornerback. So I don't know. I guess the whole T. Higgins dilemma is what got me thinking wide receiver here.
I agree. And same with the Buffalo later on. Maybe they go wide receiver too, you know?
True. Or, it could even happen that maybe they trade T. Higgins to a Buffalo and get their later pick at 28. So
That could be.
if that's what they value him as, first round talent.
Right.
If I was the Bengals, I would have traded him a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
I think if you try to do it on draft day, you don't get what the player's worth, right? And so they offer you whatever you can get as far as draft capital for this year's draft. And we're in the first round today, so it's kind of hard to get another first round back. So either you get a first round next year, or you start, accepting a second round pick for T. Higgins. So it's kind of they should have done it earlier, in my opinion.
And this is the pandemonium of the draft.
Yeah. The Los Angeles Rams. That's
Thank
going to be
you.
interesting too. They're finally making their first round pick since
And s-
2016, I think it was when they
That
drafted
is
Jared
so
Goff.
wild.
So it's been a long time coming for the Rams. That must be tough as a Rams fan if you think about it. Not to enjoy the first day of the NFL draft because you trade everything away.
Yeah, how does that work?
So interesting. I don't know. To your point, I think we were talking about Aaron Donald's departure. I think, a defensive tackle for the Rams makes sense there. You
And
got
Byron Murphy's gone now.
well, you got Nguyen as well as another potential draft prospect with the tackle. Or if you take a gamble, which the Rams have been known to take gambles, you can go with a Sweat. Tavondre Sweat. So who knows? I mean,
Or they trade for someone
or yeah.
and give up their draft picks yet again.
Hey, let's just make it 8 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad we did this inside because imagine today's wind. Oh man, that would have been horrible. An outdoor venue,
People would have thought we were in Chicago,
the windy
the
city.
windy city.
But instead, our wind's brown.
Yeah, I left work and people were calling me Dusty.
Dust. Oh, here we go with the pick is in with the Bengals.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the pick is.
Chop Robertson. I like that guy's name.
Just don't get a chop block.
Yep. That
Ryan
that
Thomas
could end
Jr..
bad. Yeah, well, we were talking about the uniforms earlier, and I asked you what you thought about them. My favorite are going to be the Jets and the Texans. I think,
The Jets were pretty clean, man.
Yeah, they-
and then even the logo looked good.
yeah, I mean, they're just simple, right? Taking it back to the early '90s.
Mm-hmm. And then the stupid Browns.
Browns messed it up. I believe the Broncos messed it up.
They have new uniforms too.
Yeah,
I didn't see them.
Amarius Mims.
I was right. No, I wasn't.
No, you weren't.
That was the pick before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you picked them for I think you picked them for. Let's see. Why are we guessing here? Remove this banner for 16 for the Seattle.
Seahawks.
So you were off
Oh.
a little bit.
Is that the last high profile lineman?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think there's
I
one
guess
more.
they didn't feel like they protected Burrow, but I mean he's
There's
he's
Fuaga, I
injury
think.
prone, huh?
Crazy. Okay. It's just so surprising to me, man. that-
This pick was real surprising.
keeping Joe Burrow upright makes sense. I mean, you have to, right? He's been getting hurt these last couple years, so
But he's always been injured.
yeah. I mean, but this year you need to really try to solidify that offensive line to see if that at least improves your chance. Because when
Right.
he plays, they have a chance to win.
Oh yeah, he's one of those guys. How bizarre! Like
I think this is a bit of a reach, honestly.
you took the words right out of my mouth. Like I was like, this is a reach. They could have gotten one maybe in the second and got but who knows?
He had one good year this year, and then before that, like you didn't really see the same level of success. But so I don't know. It's kind of risky here. Yet he didn't allow a sack last year, but he had a strong team around him. I mean, Georgia was no slouch these last couple years, right? So, yeah, they were the new. You're right about that. They were the new
Well,
Alabama.
they won 2 out of 3 last.
It's crazy. So the Rams are finally on the clock, man. Congrats,
I
Rams
used to,
fans.
used to like the Rams.
Yeah, that was
Like
my
Kurt
first
Warner,
team.
man.
That was the first team I ever rooted for because of the greatest show on turf.
They were so exciting to watch.
Yeah. They were the equivalent of the present day Chiefs in
Oh, yeah.
terms of how fast they opened up a game.
And if you gave them a minute,
They would come
good
back,
luck. Yep, good luck.
except for a Super Bowl against Tom Brady. Tom Brady really put them out. That was the end of the Rams.
See, it was Janik. It was
Yeah,
Vinatieri.
Vinatieri. Yep.
Yep, the field goal. So technically, the Rams had scored, I think, and then Brady drove down to get them set up for the game-winning field goal.
Yeah.
The Rams had just scored.
And if you think about it, I don't know if you ever watched that Super Bowl back, but if you think about it, like that was the first year that Brady was actually the starting quarterback. I believe that was his rookie year, right? Or no?
Like second
year?
maybe, something like that.
So if you look,
He was technically a rookie.
he looked a little shaky.
Oh, yeah.
That game he didn't look like Tom Brady. He looked like a normal quarterback. And if I would have watched that game as a fan, not knowing what the future held, I would have said, "Oh, he's gonna be an average quarterback."
Right, and that's if you watch those like football NFL Network football lives and the teams and stuff. Terry Bruschi, hopefully Cowboys follow the smarter teams and trade for a quarterback. Yeah, hopefully. So
You're preaching to the
going
choir.
going back to the the Brady thing. Teddy Bruschi says it in one of those Super Bowl things. He was like, "Look, Tom wasn't Tom
Yeah.
forever. Like he wasn't Tom Brady until he knew the game. He had to learn and adapt just like everybody. We just told him, dude, our defense is perfect. Just don't turn over the ball."
Yep, and he was right.
And he did it.
Look at the Rams.
Oh.
Did you know that they rented out a Malibu mansion?
To do the draft?
Yeah, to set up the draft, their team's draft there.
Wow. Why?
That's the LA lifestyle, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe it's
Maybe they didn't want to share with the Chargers.
maybe. I mean, don't they have their own? I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe they do. You know, the Rams are interesting to me because it's kind of like they're building their team around Matthew Stafford. And I know Matthew Stafford was drafted in 09. We're in 2024 and he's still going.
We were 3 years out of high school,
Yeah.
and we're almost at our 20-year reunion. So he's been in the league for 17 years.
That's outrageous to me. And it's risky, honestly. Like even last year, I thought they should have been drafting their quarterback, their
Right.
future quarterback. Instead, they go with Stetson Bennett, right? And again, I don't even think he's on the team anymore.
Really?
Yeah. So now you have,
Oh, the quarterback?
yeah, I don't think he's on the team anymore.
Well, the Georgia kid.
Yeah. Stetson
Oh,
Bennett.
he might be.
Now, what do? I'm assuming they're probably going to go defense here. And then they're going to put all their eggs in the basket again with Stafford. And Stafford's good. I'm not saying he's not good. But the bad thing about this is he's going to take you to the playoffs or close to the playoffs, and they're going to be picking late in the draft again next year.
Yeah, and he's getting older. And like,
when are you gonna draft your quarterback?
What if he breaks towards the end of the season and you're already up in the draft because your record is contending?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, at least Dallas is almost up. Oh God.
Yeah. Man, this draft first round is flying by.
Man, that's pretty well.
At least Dallas Turner got picked.
Now we don't have to keep anything.
Jared Verse.
Jared Verse.
Okay. I like that pick.
That's Gabe's and Danny's boy right there. Jared Verse, Los Angeles Rams.
I like
And at least it like gives them hope for like Donald was in the inside, but at least you get an edge to go with it.
Yeah. And they had a really good draft last year.
Oh yeah, they even have a good defense lineman already.
Yeah. Yeah, so
And they got what is his name? Puka,
Puka Nakua, 5th round.
just like Latu.
They're cousins, I think.
I'm sure.
But no, I like Jared Verse, as you know. I mocked him to the Bears, right? I liked his bull rush ability. Look at that. He just moves the offensive tackle back to the quarterback. And the offensive tackle gets the sack. Crazy.
And
the
you know
power
what?
that he has.
What's good about Sean McVay? He's really good at drafting.
Yeah, that he is.
Like I get that. I get what you're saying that they need to figure out who they're gonna pick after Stafford, but when he picks,
He hits.
he hits. Even if it's late in the draft. Like you said, he hasn't had a first round in how many years? And they got whatever Nakua, and then like all the other ones later.
Yeah, that's true. I just think that, I guess my point was that you're producing a good team that's going to be competing.
Over and over.
That's gonna
until
probably
he
be-
retires.
Yeah, he's going to be in the middle of the pack. And then now when you want a quarterback, your options are limited because you're too far back in the draft. And now you have to leverage the future again. which I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to have a team kind of give away picks for so many years, unless you're again Sean McVay. But there's a lot of talk about Sean McVay not even sticking around. There has been talks for the last couple of years that he is going to retire and go into broadcasting.
That's crazy.
So if you think about it, I mean, it's going to also hinder the next person coming in.
It's crazy too that he's that young and already talking about retirement.
I know. But to him, I mean, he out of all the not Mike Shanahan, Kyle Shanahan disciples, he's had the most success.
Absolutely.
He's
won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he's been there consistently, at least trying to reach a Super Bowl. He reached a Super Bowl. He won the Super Bowl. You have Matt LaFleur, that's also pretty. He's a really good coach. But then again, like, who knows if his successes will turn out to a Super Bowl run, right?
Right.
It's too early to tell.
Yeah,
with
he
Jordan Love.
stroked every playoff.
Yeah.
So the Pittsburgh Steelers, who we talked about, and I said that they had a great offseason, just Patrick Queen going into Pittsburgh's defense. And then, if Russ can give them 60% Russ, that's way better than they've had the last 5 years, even with an old Ben.
Yeah.
So, and then Justin Fields, like if he doesn't produce or gets hurt, then you have a backup that can actually, hold his own.
My prediction is Justin Fields is going to come in. I know that he's going to start eventually. It's just a matter of time.
Pick is in already.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They knew who they wanted. They always do. Pittsburgh always knows.
Maybe it's a cornerback.
What?
Start the last 5 games of the defense.
Justin Fields hate going around here.
He'll come back and be
That was your favorite player, then.
Yeah.
Hey, do you all play the Steelers this year?
I don't think so. I don't think we played Steelers for a while, maybe a couple of years.
We do.
Oh, you do? In Dallas or in Pittsburgh?
I don't know. We play the whole North though.
Okay. Well, the schedule, that's another show that we need to be doing, is the schedule release show. Talking about the best matchups.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. I believe they're scheduled to release that in May sometime. So,
It's usually right after the draft.
yeah.
Cowboys do Texas.
But I was going to say with the Steelers, maybe they dropped a cornerback here. They drafted,
Well, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
the
Porter Jr.
Porter Jr.
Joey
some-
Porter Jr. last year. So they're gonna draft another one to put it on the opposite side.
I would think so.
Man,
Show up the defense.
yeah, because they already have an amazing front seven.
Yeah.
I still think they go for a receiver. I don't know
too.
why.
Yeah. Watch this be Xavier Worthy. A speedster.
From Texas.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. I keep trying to tell you about the whole uniforms, right? So the Broncos released theirs. I'll show you right now the Broncos.
They don't look good.
They look simple. A lot of people are calling them UTEP Miners jerseys. That's how simple they are.
Oh no. Did Dallas have a new one? Like, why don't they ever change
I
it?
don't think Dallas. I don't think the Bears would ever change. They're like the most traditional, franchise around.
They're the most traditional that can't win.
It's time for a refresh. Don't you
Yeah,
think?
like do something. I'll never get over the whole Browns thing. When I saw it, I was like,
What's different?
well, I kept looking and I was like, is this like the original? Like, is there another page? Like, where's the new one? And then I was like, wait, the face mask is the new one? What the heck is going on?
So yeah, no.
And it's crazy too to think that like literally the TVs are right next to each other and it's literally like 10 seconds off.
Yeah,
That's wild.
that's what happens when you stream now.
Yeah, true.
But the Jets, I love the Jets uniforms. Super clean.
They look so good.
In 1980s, didn't look so good, but now with the current uniforms, they look badass.
They're clean.
Mm-hmm. I like theirs. Texans. The only thing I didn't like about the Texans was the red helmet. I don't know if you noticed. The red helmet doesn't have the bull no more. It's just the horns. So,
You didn't like that part?
so the jerseys have the horn. the helmets have the horn. I think it's just too much. You know what I mean? It's like repetitive in my opinion.
Oh, that makes sense.
So, but yeah, no, I think the Lions blew it. I didn't like the Lions. The Lions looks old school, like they went back to the early '90s or '80s, and I already liked their. I thought their uniform they had last year was awesome. You know, so we were talking about the Lions earlier because they're the ones that opened up the draft, but the Lions actually, they were fun to watch. Like
Man, they
even
were so
though
fun.
even though like they're one of our rivals, like watching them have success and get to like so close to the Super Bowl was exciting to watch.
Because I mean, when's the last time they were there? Like they haven't been there in
Yeah, it's been a long time.
ever.
There's Cam Hayward, right?
Yep.
He looks like he just got back surgery.
Yeah, no kidding. He's looked like he's been through a few.
Yeah. So let's see who the Steelers pick here.
I bet his tie is almost half our body.
I would say yeah. I would say so.
How tragic.
All right, so who are they picking here?
Well, I can't even.
I could have sworn the TV on the left was ahead. Oh,
It
it is
is.
ahead. Yeah, okay.
And see, it's weird, right? Like,
Yeah, it's throwing me off.
Yeah, Cam Hayward.
So here we go. Come on, Cam.
That's what Danny said to Gene to go with Porter Jr. on the opposite side. I still say receiver.
Let's see who's right.
The Pittsburgh select. Pittsburgh Steelers.
You guys a long speech.
Who? It's taking a long time to tell us.
Layatu Latu.
I know. Say a name. We don't care about your story.
All right, who they pick? Troy Fatanu. Okay, a guard. I told you. Guard. Oh no, I was thinking of the last team. Sorry.
We've both done it.
Yeah.
You're saying cornerback.
I was thinking guard for. I was far off. I thought I was talking about guard for Seattle.
Yeah, so it's man. How many weird names do they have on that offensive line?
This
I
year's like a record, I think. It has to be a record for crazy names.
I mean, I'd love to put them all in one team because they'd be like, imagine like being the announcer. You got Huja Huma, Tutu, like that'd be so yeah, yeah, that'd be so cool. Like just trying to say it
And
like
here comes their head coach Palumalu
yeah, hair all flowy.
and the GM Hush Manzada.
That'd be great. I love Hushman Zara. I used to love watching him play too. Like,
Yeah.
He was cool. And when he does his analyzm, he's cool too. I don't know if he's still on Fox, but
I haven't heard him in a while.
it was Fox that he was on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked him.
So Miami's on the clock now.
So Troy, man. So man, this draft has been intense, but Troy Fatanu.
So it's funny. Look at his highlights. Fatanu is playing left tackle,
Right.
and apparently he was considered a left tackle at the combine and through the whole draft process.
So now he's drafted as a guard?
so people are considering him guard because of his apparently his arm length is not where it needs to be, so they want to kick him in guard because of that. I hate when teams do that because that's what we did with Tevin Jenkins.
And how did that work?
Well, no, they didn't give him a chance. So like they started him at right tackle, and he was, of course, he had his ups and downs. He was learning, and then when the next coach came in, because that's when Matt Nagy was fired, the next coach came in and they moved him to guard. So like they never really truly gave him
And
a
that's
chance.
Eberflus?
Yeah, Eberflus and team. Oh right, the pick is in already for the Dolphins.
Oh
They know what they
man.
want. Man, this draft
They're
is
gonna
flying by.
they're gonna pick another crazy name. Watch.
I don't think there's any more, man. I think they're all out now.
The weird names or the fun names, I should say. Troy Fautanu.
Oh, but there's one more crazy name, Chop Robinson.
Yeah, well, Chop. I mean,
Just Chop.
His brother comes on extra chip.
Chip and chop.
Chip and chop.
So yeah, no, I think the Dolphins. I don't know. Imagine they get Worthy to pair with Tyreek Hill and get that speed. That'd be crazy.
Didn't they get a receiver for agency?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Man, they lost Wilkins. They
Let's see.
didn't they picked up a few people that were like, okay.
I know they picked up Jordan Poyer. I like that safety pickup.
Oh man, I love Jordan Poyer. Yeah, and he goes to the division. Like he's gonna have hate against Buffalo.
Yeah. So let's see who they picked up. They got Braxton Berrios. I'm not really seeing anybody key highlights here. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what the heck the Dolphins are gonna do.
Dolphins?
Yeah, they're just
Well, who do we have him in the mock draft?
mock draft. Let's see. So for the Dolphins, Byron Murphy. Remember because I said Wilkins? We
What?
got Byron Murphy. Because Wilkins got traded to the, or not traded. He went to the Raiders. So I thought they're gonna get the
you picked
replacement.
Byron Murphy.
Yeah. So maybe it's Newton. Jerzon Newton. Yeah. So yeah.
And
Thank you. I didn't even notice it's an NBA Jam arcade right here. That was my thing.
dude, I know I saw it too. I was like, what? That's crazy.
Oh, we got a dog.
I got a dog in.
So yeah, the Dolphins. It's gonna be interesting. I think the Dolphins. It was kind of a weird offseason for them because they got rid of a lot of players,
Right.
and yes, they replaced some of them with free agents, but I don't know. I mean, how do they bounce back? Because it was a disappointment the way that their season ended. They were pretty much the first team in the AFC East pretty much the whole season long until week
Right.
17 they played the Bills. So yeah, no, I don't know, dude. Are they going to be the same team next year? Who knows?
Okay, so get this. I just saw this on Adam Schefter. Apparently, he posted this 2 hours ago, but we've been doing this. In recent weeks, both the Patriots and the Vikings reached out to the Chargers to see if they had any interest in trading Justin Herbert, per the league source. The answer was very quickly a flat no.
Yeah. I don't know why this rumor came to be.
I don't know.
A lot of people, of course, because I guess, Jim Harbaugh coached J.J. McCarthy, and they thought, oh, he wants to draft him. No. Like, the reason why he took the Chargers job was because of Herbert.
The main reason was because of Herbert.
Yeah.
He's the guy. Like he's phenomenal.
He knows what he has at quarterback, and this first round pick was evident. Right?
Yeah, because he wants to protect the guy that's going to make him win.
Yeah, exactly. And if
So
you
yeah,
think
the Dolphins. Back to your point. Dolphins are very interesting. They might flip the draft again.
the Falcons.
The Dolphins.
Oh, the
I'm
Dolphins?
saying like right here, like
Oh yeah. What? Yeah, they could. You're right. I mean, they can go in so many different directions right now.
what's cool is that we were right several times with players, teams, and we were right with position with
Yeah.
team. So that's cool. Man, this has been fun, sir. So it's gonna be well, this makes sense. It's 2 hours and 38 minutes right now, and there's supposed to be a 3-hour draft.
Yeah, so it should be done by like 9.
Yeah.
9:30
And we
latest.
could really eat.
The Dolphins pick is in, so let's see
All
what.
right, here we
Mitch
go.
does.
Miami Dolphins, ladies and gentlemen. They pick Chop Robinson. There
okay.
you go.
Defensive.
Hey, and that's Wilkins, right? I mean, you lose him, you draft his heir apparent, I guess, right? So
Yeah.
Chop Robinson. And what's
Yeah, I
good?
like that one.
What's good about Chop Robinson? Of course, maybe he fell a little bit to people, whatever, but he goes to a team that's been in the mix of trying to make things happen the last several years. So I mean, he's not going to a slouch team.
Yeah. And it's actually pretty good because they have Bradley Chubb, so I think they have kind of
Both
similar
ends.
skill sets.
Yeah, both ends are set for sure. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. Hey, Beto, when did Beto get here? Hey,
We got a crazy fan.
Beto, all right, let's go.
That's all right. You can say hi. I'll be right back. Man, the show without me. You wanna get on the show?
I don't know what I'm gonna say.
All right, we got a guest speaker with us, ladies and gentlemen. Beto Ramirez, the youngest Ramirez brother. Here we go. Beto, how you doing today?
Good, and you?
I'm doing wonderful. Well, so we're watching the draft, obviously. So it was fascinating for the people that are watching. Beto is awesome because he doesn't get all this excitement like we usually do. So he just chills, hangs out, good family time. But your family's happy with the draft, except for Chris, because Chris was that he reached. The Bears reached at number 9, but so obviously everything's been exciting. There's been some crazy stuff. How was your day? Did you work today? You're sleeping? All right, so that sounds like a great idea.
So I don't know what's going on with the draft. Please tell me who the Texans got.
The Texans, they don't have a first round pick actually.
That
So
makes sense.
yeah, so they traded some of the pieces from last year to this year. So, but they're stacked. Like the Texans, like definitely stacked up. So, I'm excited for the Texans to be honest. Like they're gonna be really good. So,
I mean, I'm excited to see another season with C.J. Stroud. And
oh yeah, C.J. Stroud's a stud. Last year I told people that I would pick him number 1 overall. Like that'd be the guy that I would draft at quarterback at 1. Obviously they went with the Carolina Panthers went with Bryce Young, so Houston definitely went out on that one. But nice.
do like their new uniforms.
Oh yeah, I love them. They look real fresh. I like the he didn't like the helmet, but I loved it. Like the horn on the side, like that looked fresh as heck.
I like the new design of the H.
Oh yeah, because it's like the old like Astros logo. That part was awesome.
It's a combination of that and then a little
Yeah, the new look. Exactly. That part was awesome. So the Philadelphia Eagles are next on the clock. Obviously the hated rival for the Dallas Cowboys. So we'll see where they go. They signed AJ Brown for a 3 years extension, so they're probably not gonna grab a wide receiver. We're worried about that right now. So yeah, how's mom and dad? They're chilling. Nice.
at the house.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know some people I think, but obviously we've been doing the show the whole time, so I'm sure I'll meet them after. But yeah, it's been fun. The draft's actually going really quick, so it'll be over by 9 o'clock like it's supposed to, or about 9 something.
And it continues tomorrow, right?
Yeah, day 2 and day 3. It'll go quicker though. Like they'll have like less time to choose, and it's like a ton of players. All right, so the Philadelphia Eagles pick is in. We're just gonna wait for the commissioner to come back and tell us who the Eagles pick. I would let's see. How does Danny work this thing? Private chat. Hey Danny, how do you pick the mock draft thing? All right, so wait, who's that? The Philadelphia Eagles. We had Kool-Aid McHenry, cornerback for the Philadelphia Eagles. So that's who we had in our mock draft, and we'll see who and the cornerback is in need apparently. So we'll see what happens. Danny Ramirez needed a little break, so we let him hang out and chill.
The Cowboys draft.
The Cowboys pick in 2 picks, so we'll find out soon, actually. Hopefully someone that'll change our aspect and be good for the future. I think so. Who's another offensive tackle that might come? I mean, I don't know. The Eagles fanfare though are pretty nuts. Beto, thank you so much for joining us on Sun City Later podcast. You've been a great help.
All right, I'm back.
All right, we missed you, but Beto was awesome, being the cool little brother like usual.
So what do you say about the Texans uniforms?
Oh, he loved him. He was like, he's excited to see what happens with CJ Stroud. I guess he chose to be a Houston Texans fan.
He's actually been following them for quite some time now.
Really?
Yeah, he's actually picked up some interest there.
Wow.
So he
Good
was
for
even.
him. I mean, back in the day, like, I mean, he didn't follow nothing for
Yeah.
nothing.
So yeah,
I mean,
he's
he followed
getting a love for the
tic-tac-toe
game.
before he followed football.
He loves watching midgets for sure.
Yeah, those midgets he loved. Oh man,
So the Eagles, I think it's a cornerback here.
I would assume,
I mean, they get the first pick at cornerback.
and well, it better be correct for the Eagles fans because they get crazy. So
Oh yeah, no, they're never happy though.
I mean, they tore up their city and they won the Super Bowl.
That made sense.
Have you seen that guy?
Cooper DeJean.
I don't know. Is that what they're Cooper DeJean? Or are you just saying names out loud?
No, because I was reading the names on the bottom, like who's available, and so the Philadelphia Eagles select
Who are we talking here?
man, he just keeps talking. Can we just get the pick, please? No one cares about what you say. Thank you, everyone, again for joining and staying. Obviously,
Yeah, no, thank
seeing
you.
two guys just talk about NFL draft sometimes ain't the flashiest and best thing, but we appreciate you.
For 2+ hours. I know it's hard, but
Yeah.
thanks for being patient.
I
with
told
us.
several of my people watch the drafts on TV and then listen to us on the phone, and so you can follow what's going on while we're talking. So that's hopefully that's what you all did.
Or you can even tune in later. I mean, it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be live. So
Absolutely.
all right,
Michael
man.
Penix Jr. Washington to Atlanta. I mean, that was the craziest thing.
Oh, who's this? Oh, this is the
There's a guy that's in the
their
sand.
guard, no? Oh, their tackle.
Another
Jordan
weird
Mailata.
name, Jordan Mailata.
He's in Australia. Okay.
But what I mean, can we just pick the player? I mean, we don't care. They actually didn't they just sign Jordan Mailata to an extension, Danny?
I want to say yes.
Yeah. Quinnen Mitchell,
Quinyon Mitchell. Okay,
Toledo.
so that's the first cornerback. So the first cornerback off the board.
The
is Quinyon
first
Mitchell.
cornerback. That's a long time coming, right? Like for
Hey, I got this one wrong, but I got the first cornerback off the board correct. So I picked Quinyon Mitchell to be selected by the Raiders at 13. So
and that was the first cornerback, so that's not bad.
yeah, I told you. I think even though he went to Toledo and he didn't play against the best competition, if you look at his tape, look at that.
But his competition is who he plays against. So if he
Yeah, it's not his
dominates,
fault.
that's I mean, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so look at the way that he's just so instinctive with intercepting that football.
Man, now I'm getting scared because Dallas is in 2 picks.
I want to say I'm gonna predict all right Dallas already. I'm gonna say Jackson Powers Johnson goes there.
Say 2 Oregon Ducks. My 2 Oregon Ducks to Dallas Cowboys if that happens.
That's true, right? You have 2.
Yeah, we already have Hoffman or a kid from Oregon last year, and he would solidify it. I mean, I think if that happens, then you put one of them left guard, one center, and then you put Tyler Smith at left tackle.
Yeah, that makes sense. So
What if Dallas picks a running back and just shocks everybody?
that'd be?
That'd be
I mean, the way that this first round's going, it could happen.
so. Now the Jaguars finally pick, right? So
The Jags are finally picking here. So who's the best available? Let's see. Brian Thomas, wide receiver, LSU. A.D.
Yeah,
Mitchell, wide receiver, Texas.
with Jacksonville, oh, their pick is already
wow,
in. They're
they're
already
ready.
ready. But with Jacksonville having such a good offseason also, I mean, they did pretty good, right? I mean,
Yeah, I think so.
so man, they just add just a little bit of flavor, and then they'll be off to the running, right? Maybe they're the one that picks the first running back.
I mean, they have ETN.
Yeah, but 18 in and out.
Yeah, that he is. He is in and out, especially at the fantasy football.
Oh, did you pick him up?
Yeah.
Did he let you down?
unfortunately, a couple times.
Oh man, so
But yeah, no, with the Jags, it's going to be interesting because Jags can go defensive line here, right? You can get Newton, defensive tackle.
and what's bizarre too is that since they traded back, what if they draft, because they waited so patiently, draft the person that Dallas wants the pick after?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens all the time in the draft. Like,
I
hey,
mean-
wait, a team
Yeah.
went back. Maybe we could still get the same guy we want, and then the person that is right in front of you is the one that steals him from you.
These GMs are strategic that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have to look and kind of predict how the board's going to fall. And so to your point, yeah, they can definitely, trade back down, but still be in front of a team that they think that might take, the player that you want. So
Right.
yeah, no, I don't know. I think the Jaguars can go in so many different directions here. I think they can go defensive line, they can go cornerback, they can go wide receiver even. They lost Calvin Ridley.
Right.
Yes, they did get a wide receiver this free agency, I believe. Right, they got Gabe Davis. So yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be interesting.
And Brock Bowers is gone, so the best tight end's already off.
Yeah, that's true. I like Terrion Arnold, the cornerback from Alabama.
To go to Jacksonville?
I just like him in general. Like whoever picks
I mean,
him up,
lately Dallas has loved cornerbacks, so
yeah, that wouldn't surprise you. What about a safety for Dallas?
I want Justin Simmons still. I mean, he's still a
He's
free
still
agent,
there, yeah.
and he's a veteran. He won't have to learn much. He could just go in and ball out.
We have a comment here.
Comment. We got to finally comment.
Dad,
What do you think Dallas is going to draft? Well, Danny thinks Jackson Powers Johnson from Oregon, my favorite college team, the center from Oregon. That was who we picked actually in our mock draft. At this point, I just want them to take the best overall player that is probably on their board, whether that be a running back, whether that be a defensive tackle, whatever. Because we reached on Mozzie Smith last year, so can he do better in year two? Who knows?
that was a head scratching pick. But do you remind me, was Dalton Kincaid taken before you guys, or after?
Yeah, Buffalo traded up so we wouldn't draft him.
Okay.
So technically we wouldn't have drafted Mozzie probably.
Yeah.
Which was smart by Buffalo because they drafted a pick right before us.
That's right. And they moved ahead of you, right?
Yeah. Because they were down at like number 29 or 28 and they went up right in front of us.
I'm glad I'm here, man, because last year for the NFL draft, the last 2 years, I was traveling for work. So I had
Really?
to literally watch the draft from my hotel room.
And you weren't with anybody?
Huh?
So you weren't
No,
with
it was just me traveling by
So you
myself.
were just texting me and then traveling?
Mhm.
Wow, that's
Here we
all
go.
right. So
Brian
Thomas Jr., wide receiver.
Okay.
So that's both of the top two LSU wide receivers. So
Yeah.
obviously they like him more than Worthy.
Yep.
They like him more than Coleman.
That's crazy, man, because they have Gabe Davis. I think he's 6'3". You have Brian Thomas, 6'4". Who else do you have? There's another wide receiver. Oh, they have Christian Kirk. He can be your slot now, your speedster. Yeah, I like this pickup. If you look, right, I'm looking to show all his highlights. Brian Thomas
Brian Thomas.
is the type of.
Howard Johnson is the gene that
That's what I said.
Both both top of wide receivers for LSU taken off of the board in the first round.
Yeah.
One doesn't fall to the second.
It's well deserved. Look, they had a great year.
Well,
Look,
okay, so the Commanders get Jaden Daniels, right?
Yep.
So later on in life, do we say those two receivers helped him, or does he stand up to his name?
that's a good point. And like, if you think about it, his time at Arizona State was not the best.
Right.
He struggled. Yes, he had Brandon Ayuk, but that was probably his only playmaker there. He's here at LSU. and the last 2 seasons he's had really good years, productive years. And so yeah, I mean the NFL's it's gonna be the telltale sign, right?
Right. Man, it's pretty crazy.
So no, I like this pick for them.
It's a smart pick.
Yeah.
And he failed to them after they traded back, so they didn't reach at all.
That has to be the best feeling, don't you think, for an
A
NFL?
GM?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. GM. I mean, draft day. I watched it last night. Like I said, like he made magic out of, and then basically it was the Jimmy Johnson trade with the '90s. Like how he got all those picks, and then
Yeah.
he built the dynasty, right? So, yeah, I love that movie. But yeah, that's crazy. So both LSU top wide receivers gone in the first round. Hats off to LSU
Yeah.
because they weren't even a top dog last year, and now they have their quarterback, 2 wide receivers, all in the first round. Dallas Cowboys
Your
on
beloved.
the clock. Here we go. I bet Dallas trades.
They'll trade till next year.
They'll trade like back, and then they'll get a player.
All right, who we want, Cowboys fans? What do we want? O line.
So one Cowboy fan says offensive line. There's like a few more, right? Where are we going? What does he say?
Yeah, later. I'd say Jackson Powers. I like him. Best center, yeah.
Who does he like? Who does he like? Or who does he want?
I was already
Anybody besides that?
I was hoping to draft like a young quarterback. You know, it's time for a good 7 years.
Yeah, that's
And it's like, dude, we don't draft him now. Like,
yeah.
Amen, brother. Amen. Well, you know when we're gonna draft that quarterback? When Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones, Joe Biden's twin brother.
Out there. Yeah.
All right, so the Dallas Cowboys.
How about AD Mitchell here?
Man, didn't we say that earlier?
Yeah. We said AD
Donnie
Mitchell. We
Mitchell.
said Byron Murphy. I think we wanted all the Texans. All the Texans.
I want
players.
Texas to stay in Texas. But Donnie Mitchell with Cooks and
Yeah.
Lamb. Ooh, that'd be fire.
That would be perfect.
You know, I wouldn't be mad if they drafted Cooks right now. Who? Cooks, the running back from Texas.
Oh, I know. Brooks.
Huh?
Brooks, right?
Oh, is it Brooks?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brooks. I said Cooks, right? Yeah, Brooks.
Cooks.
Because they said that they want him in the second round, but missed the days of Landry and Johnson. Neither were. I'm signed. Yeah, ass kissers for sure.
Yep.
Well, yeah, but they had a different owner too, so they didn't have to. Well, Jimmy didn't. That's why he got fired. But Tom Landry had a different owner, so that's why he was able to do what he wanted.
Yeah. We were talking about it, Dale, earlier, that if Jim Harbaugh would have ended up in Dallas, like he would have probably killed Jerry Jones.
Harbaugh wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy, and we brought back Gurk McGurk and Dak McDrack.
What were you guys saying? Oh yeah, you can take it. Yeah, I'm good.
Take what?
The air.
Oh,
We're good.
Yeah,
We
we're-
get the breeze from the door, so
but yeah, man, this is crazy.
here we go, man. Cowboys
Alrighty.
finally here.
I know, no. Whew, you did 1 and 9. You were done early. Now I'm like, dude. Hey, they're taking their time, man. I'm telling you, it might be a trade.
right, trade back, right.
They're gonna trade for T. Higgins.
Imagine. Oh wow, that'd be crazy.
I wouldn't mind it.
No, that'd be great.
I would be.
That'd be
I would be. I'd be down,
Yeah.
bro.
I would say,
Yeah, because Dallas is taking way too long.
I can't believe it. They're already at.
they picked fucking Gallup. Yeah, they messed up and then fucking Gallup is picking ACL.
Yeah, Gallup just galloped
Yeah,
on them.
Cowboys have traded their pick to the Lions.
No.
Really?
Yeah. The Lions are now on the clock.
You swear?
Yeah.
Brandon Tyler Johnson.
Okay, so on social media, ladies and gentlemen, it went to commercial break. Of course it did, but apparently, so who did Dallas get then? What did we get in return?
They haven't announced the trade details.
Oh, I told you Dallas would trade.
It's only right because you know we want a center. You get a center in the second round. You can.
And a running back in the second round. And who do we get though?
So who do we get from that?
Oh my God, we waited the whole day for them to trade. What's going on?
Now you're gonna be 29, right? Right? Aren't they the 29th pick?
I'm sure, but who did they? But who did they give us though? Like, what did we get in return? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
Where did you see the notification?
It was at it just came up. It was Ian Rappaport. So I'm trying to see.
All right, so the Dallas Cowboys trade with the Detroit Lions. So Dallas moves back. So that Detroit must have gave us something, but I just want to know what they gave the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, just so everybody knows, the last time we traded back like that, we got Travis Frederick, so it's not that bad. So I don't know. Hey, DeJean would be great because he'd be great for the Lions. Man, what is going on? What did we give up? Dad, remember I just said, Dad, you're watching, right? So I just said the Dallas Cowboys would trade, and that's what they did. Woo! I knew it. I knew it. They were taking a little too long. They know what they want, apparently. So the person that they want obviously is not going to go higher than they think.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the trade.
We
details, but
drafted
it's not-
Penix Jr. Oh my God. I called it right before they're going to trade. All the Cowboy fans here in this awesome party we're having right now are up in arms and just everything flabbergasted.
Yeah. I think it's just the anticipation of knowing what
I just want to
What they
know
got.
what they gave us.
Yeah.
That's what I want to
it
know.
had to be good. And then
Wait, did we trade general managers? Please, God. Did we? Huh? Cowboys?
would you trade Jerry Jones for what's his name, the owner of the Panthers, Dave Tepper?
They're the same person.
Exactly.
That's why. Hey, look, if Schneider got kicked out, now we can get Jerry Jones out. Now we can start a trend. Same thing with the damn Lakers, bro. They had a chance to get Damian Lillard, and they don't go get him.
Yeah.
And I'm so sick of them. That ownership, as soon as the
A 73rd pick. Okay. 73rd best, good.
so we moved up technically later.
You gave away their 7th round pick. That's not bad. You guys have a lot of picks already. If you guys recoup a 2nd round pick,
So obviously,
73 is a 3rd round or 2nd round? Let's see.
I would say
It would be a 3rd.
third round. So now we have 2 third-round picks probably. So that's good.
Yeah, that's good. I
That's
mean, you
not
gave
bad.
up a 7th.
Tier B people. What I always say.
Exactly.
Tier B people.
You're getting rid of the,
The negative tier Bs, and we're gonna get new tier
yeah,
Bs.
yeah, you're getting rid of practice squad. Oh, pick is in.
The Detroit Lions select Beto Ramirez. Hey, I was telling him. I was telling him before he moves that we should play ball again. You better be ready though. You better be ready. So, man, I waited till 24 only to trade away.
Yeah, to be 29th now. I think it's gonna be back here.
We're recruiting at a high school these days.
What do you think is the player here?
I agree with Chris. The Gene sounds really good right here.
Yeah,
It's the Gene.
Sam Laporta, teammate.
Oh, really? True.
Yeah, they're both Iowa Hawkeye.
Why does Roger Goodell look different on that one?
I think it's cornerback here.
The Gene would be perfect for them, man. Man, you all got Dallas Turner and the Gene to help you out with that offense.
No, it's Terrion Arnold.
Oh, it's still cornerback though. But so Terry on Arnold.
Just got a team that you're probably gonna see in the playoff rhyme edition.
Yeah, right.
I think we know like
A solid cornerback.
I don't know, Chris.
This is a
Might be
good
your
pickup for the Lions.
complexion.
This is a good pickup for the Lions. I like this one.
But you know, that's
He's physical.
another Alabama guy. You
Yeah.
know, physical play by Alabama all the time. Nick Saban showing his.
And they
Air
actually
quotes.
drafted a really good cornerback last year, Brian Branch from Alabama.
Who, the Lions?
Yeah.
So now they
He
got
was
both.
their nickel corner.
And now they're the teammates.
Yep.
Again,
So they know exactly how they play.
they know each other well.
Yep.
And they won. I'm sure they've won a championship together.
Yeah, I'm sure. Right.
Yeah, at
I'm
least
sure.
4 years ago, whatever.
Yeah. So I like this pickup for them. It makes a lot of sense. They know there's a lot of familiarity.
You know
there.
what's crazy though? You get the 1 and 9th pick, right? So you guys win all offense. Your division is going all defense.
their offenses are set though.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. That's true. Vikings got Dallas Turner.
Dallas Turner, they're getting the cornerback, and then the Packers probably will get a.
They're gonna go
defensive-
defense too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're drafting. What sucks? Jones probably holding out for a punter. Yeah. Punt his head. But you know what? Green Bay is now picking before us, and they just stomped us on. Oh, it's so sickening.
Now I think Green Bay is gonna go with Cooper DeJean here.
He fits the Wisconsin mold.
Yep.
Defense, but I think we have the best position. Corner, defensive end, middle linebacker, outside linebacker, and safety.
Oh man, I
Yeah.
can't believe I was right that Dallas was gonna trade. I was like, they're
It's
taking
taking
too
too
long.
long.
Yeah, I was like, they're taking too long. They're gonna trade. You know what? But they definitely listened to Detroit because they took a while.
Yeah. They were discussing those details for a while. They got lucky they didn't run out of time.
And you know what? Dan Campbell knows Jerry Jones. Are old.
That's their tight
He
end.
played for him, so he'd be like, hey, boss, let me slip in real quick. The pick is in for the Green Bay Packers. Now we just got to wait for the 12-minute
He didn't
monologue.
even come out though. No.
What happened? What
'Cause-
happened?
We had
Oh, he was saying something?
he was actually I guess coming out here doing stupid shit, so I actually had this on the screen when he was on there, so we didn't even
Who?
see it.
Which one?
Chris.
Chris was being Chris?
Yep. Tam Arnold, Tyrion's mom. His dad looks like a pastor.
A pastor?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought you said passer for a second. You know what? It's so cool to see all these kids and dreams come true. You know, like,
Yeah.
man. It's just imagine if we were taller and we went for sport. Like, you know what I mean? Like if we tried.
That must be the greatest feeling. The whole journey going up to
Yeah, it's the journey that got you there.
all the hard work paying off. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just oh man.
Even
I
as
can't
a
even
family,
imagine.
a family's perspective, right? Siblings, they get to see all that hard work pay off. I'm sure a lot of tournaments happen, a lot of travel. So for
Yeah,
them
it's
to actually
crazy.
see the fruits of their labor, right? It's pretty cool.
How wild. So Dallas is what, 29 now, you said?
Dallas is now 29. I forgot Arizona has another.
Yeah, them and the Vikings were the two teams that drafts twice.
And the
but
Bears.
who did they take? Whose pick is that?
That's the Houston Texans.
Oh, true. Well, what did they trade? Or how did they get that?
Remember, they had the third pick, I think, or second pick in the last year's draft. And no, third pick, because CJ Stroud was picked second, and then they gave up that third pick,
Right.
and they got back a future first, which ended up being the
This one.
27.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So it works out for Arizona too,
Yeah,
because they just swapped first rounds last year, and then they gave them a first round this year.
your dad. All of our rivals drafted before us.
Every time. And now Packers, who stomped on us in the playoffs, are going to draft before us because
Who
we
did it-
traded back.
Who did the Eagles take?
Um, Jeez.
Said it for the past 3 picks.
A cornerback, right? Yeah, it was
But with
Quinion,
Oh,
remember?
Quinion Mitchell. Yeah.
Quinion. See, okay, so now it makes more perfect sense. Might as well trade for T. Higgins. You're already 29. Now it's a steal.
I'm telling you, Bengals were dumb not trading him before today.
Yeah, and now it's a steal.
Yeah, now you're gonna get up for second, third round pick maybe.
Oh man,
You just gotta pay him, which you guys
I'll
can.
take Brandon Ayuk too. Like
Oh,
either
Who
one.
would you rather have?
Brandon.
Yeah, me
I
too.
love
The route
T.
running.
Higgins, his physicality, his height, and all that, and that jump ball. But Brandon can do everything. He's smooth and
You already have a good route runner in CD Lamb. You pair an Ayuk with a route, that same type
and
of
a
route running
Cook
ability.
that's slippery.
Another route runner, yeah. Good luck.
A timing quarterback. Well, they sped up his clock last year until the playoffs.
another guy who's like
All right, so who does Green Bay pick?
pair with Alexander. He's fallen too much to be the top rated corner.
Because, like, yeah,
So we just got an ESPN notification saying that the Falcons quarterback Kirk Cousins is frustrated by the team selection of Michael Penix.
I would be.
Stupid. Why?
You might be suspended, bitch. Maybe you should not be tampering. Fucking dumbass. Maybe you should hold your horses before you move to the house in Atlanta. Bitch.
They should have stayed with Minnesota.
It's a weird thing. Like Atlanta, man, that blows my mind.
Why are you gonna sign a quarterback for multiple years and draft him to be gonna be able to get contract on those years?
Something's wrong. Something's off.
Pick is in. Here comes the Green Bay Packers selection.
All right, Green Bay Packers pick is in.
It's gonna be like the most badass player we never.
It's gonna be Cooper DeJean, I think.
No,
Jordan Morgan.
Jordan Morgan,
offensive tackle.
Arizona.
Wow.
Defensive tackle.
Offensive tackle. He's an OT.
Oh, OT, offensive tackle.
Wow.
Oh, well, they did lose what, 2 people on offensive line?
Bakhtiari, yeah. So that was funny. There was actually one of my friends, Marcus.
Hey, well,
Who's
that's
that
good
guy?
for you if you don't know who he is. Well, apparently they loved him though.
When we were doing our mock draft, one of our friends, Marcus, he didn't like the selection I made for the Packers, which I think at that time was a cornerback. No, I was an offensive tackle. And he's like, you left Terrion Arnold on, you left him on the board because I had selected Troy Fatanu. And I said, yeah, the only reason why I selected him was because they lost Bakhtiari.
So, and they drafted offensive linemen, so
Yeah.
they heard you.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that's what's been hindering the Packers the last few years, is not
Okay.
having Bakhtiari.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care, man. I want them to lose. They always beat us in the damn playoffs.
I don't care either. I hope Jordan Morgan sucks. Nah, good luck to you, Jordan Morgan. So we'll see what
Hey, your
happens.
dream came true, bro. Like,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Nobody can hate on you for that.
Right. Heck yeah.
So Jordan Morgan, I didn't expect this one.
Yeah, that's another one that just flipped everything up.
Yeah. I mean, who? Because let's see. JC Latham got selected.
All right, so when you had Detroit at 29, who did you have?
Chop Robinson.
So he's gone, and now we have the 29th picks. So that's way off. Man, dude, look, now Buffalo's gonna draft before us again. Now they're gonna get it, Donnie Mitchell.
That's true. I forgot about that. And they need a wide receiver.
No. Man, this is. But I pray that it pans out like last time. The last time we traded this far back, we got Travis Frederick. So, and until he got his physical sickness, he was the best center in the league.
It's
Him
Bill's-
and Kelsey.
It's Bill's karma for the Super Bowl.
Oh man, I know, right? They're like, well, we'll trade it ahead of you since you stole all the Super Bowls from us. And this is crazy. Well, it's cool that my dad's still watching. Thanks, Dad. You're chiming in.
Damn Packers fans, we let them in.
Oh, we got a Packer fan here. All
Yeah.
right.
You guys drafted Jordan Morgan.
Well, someone's happy, I guess, for Green Bay.
But you can probably buy some apartments.
So yeah, no, Buccaneers already know what they're picking.
Man, how do you get rid of Aaron Jones, though?
You know, I've talked to several Packers fans since that happened, and actually, you know, it's the most common reaction that I get is disappointment.
It's crazy.
He's a fan favorite, you know, one of the
And he shows up every day.
yeah.
And I mean, just performs. Joe Mixon too. That I mean, them getting that's who. No, they got Jacob. That's right, or Joe Mixon.
They got Jacobs.
So he went from Vegas to Green Bay, which is bizarre too.
Yeah.
Who did the Raiders get in free agency at running back?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't remember. But I know Mixon went to Houston. So Mixon is now.
Joe Mixon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even know if Raiders got a running back. But wow, man, Cooper DeJean just falling. That is surprising to me. And then, you know, Tyler Guyton is another guy who was getting a lot of love and being projected to be drafted high,
And now he's falling.
and he's falling. So,
No, I didn't say anything.
that's crazy.
No.
Okay, so this is what some guy said. Raiders offense is dangerous. Gardner Minshew, Zamir White, Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers, and then Michael Mayer. I don't know if that's flashy, but
No,
someone's like, "Are you serious?"
I think that's dangerous in Madden.
Yeah, if you're good in Madden and you can
Right.
do us like Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers, and Devontae Adams, those are amazing.
Yeah.
But the other ones are, I mean, you need a quarterback that can truly perform.
Honestly, I wasn't thrilled about that pick with Brock Bowers going there.
Well, yeah, that was another one. Remember, that was one of the ones that were like, wait, what?
Head scratching, yeah.
Oh, that's a Dallas turn, like you said. Since he fell that far, and then you had a great front seven. Like, man, that would have been a insane front seven.
Yeah. I mean, that would have really
Michael
made
Penix.
that would have made life hell for Mahomes, for Herbert.
Man, Michael Penix Jr. That is so wild.
Oh my god.
So who's technically in trouble if we're talking about this like tampering thing or what?
It has to be the Falcons. Falcons have to lose some sort of, you know, draft compensation here for capital.
So maybe you think they draft him because maybe they take a first round next year,
Maybe.
and then
Maybe they
so
shot
now
their
they're like,
shot.
let's get our quarterback now. Let him watch because we may not have a first round next year.
Yeah. Maybe they already heard from the league. True. Well, they're talking about it now. I wish you could hear what Pete Thamel was saying, but it has to be in regard to that.
Man, I know. That's the weird thing about podcasts, right? Like we have to like stay focused on us, but we can't
We
follow.
got to
it.
read lips here.
Yeah, we should have put one of the subtitles on.
So yeah, the Buccaneers. Buccaneers is interesting because
And they won the division, right? So then
Yeah.
we're thinking Kirk Cousins, and you add a piece to it. Now you add frustration to him. So I don't know what happens now. And then
they got rid of they lost Carlton Davis to the Lions, as a matter of fact.
the
So-
Falcons.
To the Lions,
No, but who lost?
the Buccaneers.
Oh wow.
Lost your cornerback this
Yeah.
offseason. So maybe this is a corner here. Maybe this is Cooper DeJean to replace that.
That
loss.
yeah, maybe.
Here you go.
Buccaneers pick is in. Let's see who it is.
Graham Barton.
Graham Barton center. So they
Center
did, but
guard.
they did lose offensive lineman, right?
Mm. Yeah, I believe they did.
Yeah. So they solidify the offensive line. Graham Barton is a Duke from Duke. He stormed up the totem pole too.
Yep.
His stock.
I believe we had him mocked to the 49ers, I want to say. Yeah, 49ers, 31. And what I liked about him at the time that we made the selection, right, when we we're doing the mock draft, he's versatile. He could do guard, center, so he can move all, wherever you need him to. And this is a good one. I mean, they invested in Baker Mayfield, so they want to make sure they, they protect him.
And plus, he's not the tallest, right? And he's not the heaviest. So
Yep.
like, it's perfect that they get him someone that could solidify that offensive line. And it's crazy too. They did exactly what their division rival did, the Saints. I mean, they went offensive line because they needed to protect Derek Carr, and
That's true.
Falcons decided to change the world and get Penix Jr. And then apparently there's don't have a pick. So
They thought they could start 2 quarterbacks.
how wild! I mean that my thing.
Yeah, Cardinals already know what they want. The Cardinals, actually, I think this is going to be a wide receiver here.
Another one.
I mean, sorry, wide receiver. They already selected wide receiver. It's going to be offensive line to protect the.
Remember you
They
said
could-
earlier, what if they draft a quarterback to? Hey, Desiree. Thank you for joining. Man, this NFL draft's been fun and it's
gone
flew
fast.
by. Got
some-
Grant Barton from Duke, the center.
He went over Power Thompson.
Yeah,
Oh man, that's true. Jackson Powers is
and
falling.
he's fallen too. I heard a lot of people say that he might fall.
Why though? Darius Robinson. This is a reach
Darius Robinson, Missouri, but Arizona's the type that always reaches
for edge. Yeah.
for like a lot of people.
It's the next biggest city. And then
But you know what's crazy to me though? Hassan Reddick was drafted by the Cardinals. They didn't have really good success there. Goes to the Eagles. Has
Balls out.
yes, and then now he's with. Is he still? No, he got traded away too, right?
Yeah,
he's
he's-
with the Jets.
He's with the
I
Jets.
think so.
He went to the Jets.
I think
That
so.
man, that AFC East is gonna be.
I'm telling you,
love
man.
to watch. Poor
Yeah.
Patriots though, because they're in rebuild mode for about another year or two. Man, this is crazy.
Darius Robinson.
So the pandemonium, man. So Buffalo drafts in front of us again. My goodness,
I'm pretty sure people died in Corona.
Darius Robinson.
man. So, oh, this is nuts, man.
Yeah,
Man,
I think
that's-
it's AD Mitchell here.
So do you like this Darius Robinson pick?
I do. I mean, not for the pick here, but I like the player. He is really consistent, high motor player, strong, and good against the run as well. Even against Ohio State in his last bowl game, he showed up, man.
Oh, you guys played them in your bowl game?
Yep. And he wreaked havoc on the quarterback. So he's going to be good. It's just, oh man, he had 2nd round grade on him. So reaching for him in the 1st, that's what I have a problem with. But look at his highlights. He's really good, really strong too. Good with hands. So yeah, no, I don't know.
Man, this has been fun though. I mean, it's new. We've never done something like this, so it's a bit of exhaust, but
Yeah, it's a long,
it's a long process. But this is what we've enjoyed people doing for so many years, right? So we gotta.
Yeah.
See, the thing is though, they get times off because they have commercial break. They have multiple people to talk, so it's not like they're talking the whole time like that. You know what I mean? Like, so they get their break.
You guys hit the lottery if you still get
Oh man,
Darius
so where does Buffalo go here? Donnie
Wide
Mitchell.
receiver.
I mean,
That
that
has to be. I'd be very surprised if they don't select a wide receiver here. I mean, they lost Stephon Diggs, they lost Gabe Davis, they picked up Curtis Samuel, and they got Shakir. But God, they need somebody else. And I
but
think
Shakir is not O'Neal.
that's true. Yeah. I don't know where you came up with this stuff. But Buffalo, and think about it, AD Mitchell at the 28th spot. Great value here.
Yeah, and yeah, he falls that far, and then you don't have to pay him that much for a while.
And you also keep him away from the Chiefs. Remember how we thought about them drafting AD Mitchell? That'd be crazy.
it still might happen.
It could happen.
Oh man, if they
AD
get
Mitchell,
him, that'd be ridiculous.
Worthy
I'd flip this table. Like we lose again.
Oh yeah. Oh, they trade the pick. Buffalo trades the can. Oh no.
Oh my.
We just talked about that.
Oh my God. The rich get richest. Are you kidding me? They're gonna if they get a Donnie Mitchell with Rice and Kelsey.
Rice is gone for a while.
Damn.
Well, yeah, probably. Well, that's probably why they traded the pick now. Then.
So the Chiefs traded the Buffalo Bills for their 28th spot, and now the Bills moved to the 32 spot.
Bills get Xavier
So this is very
Man, this
surprising.
is nuts.
Yeah.
So I mean, it has to be receiver, right? I mean, I would assume.
Man, I don't know now. I don't know now.
But yeah, this is so bizarre. Like we've had what? We've had 3 or 4 trades in this round 1 so far.
Oh my God.
Typical
Ravage
Packers fan
fans.
over there. Yeah. So it's what 3 or 4 trades, right? We've seen.
Yeah. Well, at least 4. That can count.
Yeah. So now the Kansas City Chiefs are on the clock, who just won the Super Bowl yet again for back-to-back years, and now they're trading. They're picking before Dallas. They're picking before Baltimore, picking before
Okay, so-
the Bills.
I have the trade details here. So the number 28, 133, and 248 go to KC. And the Buffalo Bills get 32, 95, and 221. So they swap a couple picks there. And it looks like they get a 4th-round pick back. No, 3rd-round pick. Sorry. A 3rd-round pick for
So
moving what?
so
4 spots.
Buffalo gets 1 more extra pick, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Chiefs trade away the 32 pick and a 3rd-round pick and a couple other picks earlier. And so they're just swapping picks.
It feels like you're shooting yourself in the foot, giving your biggest obstacle every
It's a top AFC contending team. Yep.
Man, this is nuts.
Allen has to be pulling out his fucking hair.
Because like they lose so much on defense in offseason. They trade away the best receiver they have, and now they trade with the team that always stomps them in the playoffs. That hurts.
Yeah. Man, I hope it's not wide receiver for all of our sakes. Because to stop that offense with an AD Mitchell
And if Rice comes
or
back and Kelsey, hopefully Taylor breaks his heart soon. That'd be great.
oh my God, here we go.
Everyone signed because they just saw the Chiefs basically become the new Patriots.
You gotta give it to them though, man. Their front office is no joke.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's crazy too that they were the ones that were like preaching to Andy Reid, we should try to draft Patrick Mahomes, even if he sits for a year.
Yeah.
And look how it worked.
They stuck to their guns. And they let
Man,
Alex Smith got there.
Sheesh. I wish we could trade our GM. Is that possible?
Sorry. You're gonna do that with him first.
Who left? She just left. Damn Packers fans. Get them out of here.
Did someone left? Huh? We them boys. Have you seen this jacket, bro? This is the better blue. Remember when we went to the 49er Bear game and they're like, bro, why is your blue different than our blue? And I was like, Dave thought we were going to get jumped. But the craziest person in the stadium had our back.
Yeah.
It was so crazy. Don't worry, bro. If anybody messes with you, I'll beat them.
But yeah, they just move up earlier. They get a
They
32.
basically just swapped picks
Yeah.
all the way around.
They just get an extra 3rd-round pick for trading a 4th-round pick.
Right.
So it's not bad, but it could be Xavier Worthy to replace like a Tyreek Hill kind of player, but Yeah,
You want? You got a catch up?
the pick's in. So let's see what is the selection
Man,
here.
this is crazy. So, dude,
Kansas City, that place something that big, like 6 months ago, 3 years ago.
so the rich just get richer. They trade up to possibly try to win their third straight Super Bowl.
I hope not.
I pray not.
The Bills traded their pick to the Chiefs. Where,
Oh man, here we go.
I hope it's not a wide receiver.
Who are those people? Hey, we got more viewers. Thank you all for chiming in. We're in the later part of the draft, and Kansas City moved with the Buffalo Bills, so now Kansas City's at 28. Dallas traded back also.
I think NFL fans are thinking the same thing here. Not a wide receiver. There's a lot of good offensive line draft prospects, so who knows?
Why is House Party making the pick?
Let's see here. This
Xavier Worthy from Texas. Oh my
their
God.
Tyreek Hill replacement. Yeah, Tyreek Hill.
Oh,
all over again.
The rich just got richer.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
I think this is just deflating for everyone.
It's really deflating. And you know who's going, well, damn, I guess they didn't really need me. Tyreek Hill. Oh,
In high school, they
You got a
call that-
happy early birthday wish.
high school,
boy.
They call them the chocolate blur.
Oh, thank you. I was like, wait, Jerry Jones popped or what? Oh man. Xavier Worthy, the speedster from Texas, goes to Mahomes and the Chiefs' onslaught offense. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, Jesus.
The Flash. Damn.
Now, they're going to, man. Dude, they're going to win their third straight. Man, help us out here. That's nuts, man.
Damn. Now I don't understand this. I mean, is it really worth it for the Buffalo Bills to have?
Why I'm traded?
Yeah.
I don't think you can't trade with the big brother that beats you every time. What are you doing?
Yeah. I think they just ruined it for the rest of the NFL.
And they ruined it for like Buffalo faithful.
Hey, Dallas picks in already.
Hey, Dallas picks in. Wow, all right, woo.
Jackson Powers Johnson.
Nobody's gonna circle the wagons now like the Buffalo Bills because they're gonna go.
Who are you gonna cover? Who the hell are you gonna cover?
Well, if we get him, that'd be cool. But
Good for Worthy though. At least he's going to like a prime destination. You know?
and well, Kansas City may not be in Kansas City, so who knows?
Who got Hollywood Brown? Chiefs, right?
What he went there too?
Yeah. Hollywood Brown.
Gabe.
Xavier Worthy.
Chris, Hollywood Brown went to the Chiefs too? That's right.
So when Rice comes back, they have a solid 3.
That's if Rice comes back.
And Kelsey.
This is all. Hey, making my
It's funny how all of Jerry Jones's grandsons look like him.
Those kids.
They all look like little middle-aged white people.
It's all in the family.
Oh, that's the kind of bands you play.
It's funny.
It's just us. You got very
Man, oh, here we go.
Here you go.
I can't even hear. So
See,
Zeke Elliott, Tyler Guyton, offensive tackle. He's a center.
he's offensive tackle, mostly offensive tackle.
Move him around.
Well,
How are you feeling about this, Issy? No?
I don't know, man. I think we should have went Adonai Mitchell at that point. If he fell that far, you might as well get the best player on the damn board.
Now AD Mitchell is gonna go to Baltimore.
Why are we?
True.
Oh man.
That's true.
Their defense is already strong.
Wow, man. I like that. I like that barbell.
Well, as long as he produces, I mean, Jesus.
Is he playing right tackle or left tackle?
They're showing him in multiple positions.
Oh, he's even catching passes, man.
Now I trust our tight end.
Oh, he's at TCU.
Yeah, I guess he transferred from TCU to Oklahoma.
Okay.
He's a big boy, though. You see how big
Yeah.
and he towered over the.
The pick is in.
Look how big he is. Maybe that might not be that bad.
He's lying. Don't believe no Packers fans.
I don't. I'll never. Oh.
All right.
Well,
so
we didn't
here
trade
we
for a
go.
quarterback.
Oh man, the whole Kansas City Chiefs selection just kind of deflated the remainder of the draft. Like I was excited for the last few picks, and now,
They won like always.
damn.
That's why they're champions, bro. Like that's.
Noelia? Good seeing you. Nice to meet you.
Oh man, so Tyler Guyton. Well, I mean, but he did fall, so I mean Dallas apparently knew that they would get at least him or Oregon, right? Jackson, so
Yeah.
I guess they liked him more. But people have been telling me that Jackson's been falling for some reason.
That's weird.
Man, if we can get both of them,
That'd be nice.
that'd be it. Then I'd say we do we
Then
did
your
all right.
offensive line is set.
Yeah.
Later, be careful. Oh, is that what it is? I didn't hear about that. So Jackson Powers Johnson, concussion issues. Man, oh, yeah, I didn't worthy pick, man.
Kansas City
Chiefs
just,
fans, congratulations, man. You guys,
they obviously know what they're doing.
yeah, you guys have a great front office. Bye, guys.
Man, this is crazy. And we have Jerry Jones.
In 2.5 hours, Justin will be plenty.
I'm saying. Well, Danny already beat me, Dad. He's 2 months ahead of me. Literally. You're what? No, well, 2 months and 4 days.
Yeah, we got to plenty 6 pretty fast.
Can't believe we're 36, bro. That makes no sense.
I know.
It makes no sense.
Before you know it, we'll be 40, then 45. Do I get discounts or what's up?
Oh, that's fucking gift card, brother.
All right, I'll
Discounts.
take
What
it.
happened? What is that? What's that? For?
Sponsored by,
I don't know. We'll see how much. Oh, this
technically you're sponsored by the Packers because he's part owner.
True. That's true.
You have stock in it?
Stock.
yeah, you're welcome.
Harbor Freight.
Dude, you're getting old. They're gonna be like, fucking.
That's legit.
Man.
If you don't like
If they get a Donnie
So all
Mitchell,
those people in Green Bay, all those people in Green Bay,
because Odell's gone, right? Like he's still free
Yeah,
agent.
he's not there no more.
no,
They're not. Yeah. they got Zay Flowers last year, so it might not be a wide
Oh,
receiver here.
true.
Might be Cooper DeJean here. No, Nate
Nate
Wiggins.
Wiggins. Cooper DeJean is falling massively.
Crazy. Nate Wiggins.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong, but yeah, that's wild. Hey, we had him in our first round.
Yeah, to the Packers.
Yeah.
No,
Someone.
not to the Packers. Let's pull it up. I'm so confused now. Nate Wiggins to the Bucks. That's what I have.
Oh man, I wonder how Mel Kiper's doing in his draft.
There you go. The finest insurance.
Nate Wiggins is a good quarterback too.
Oh yeah, Clemson. I mean, he's no slouch. They college is no slouch. You know they had their dues.
Yeah, you're on the five plan. So
Gym memberships, I don't get.
So Niners
yeah.
are on the clock. Do they go wide receiver here now that they have issues with Ayuk?
It's so I don't man. What if they get Powers John Jackson?
They could. Yeah. I think
They, you know, we're talking about Sean McVay, right? And how he hits when he drafts. Niners are another team that have hit the last 10 years. They just can't get over that hump and beat the Chiefs.
yep.
But in the Super Bowl, but they can pick.
And both of those Super Bowls, they were ahead.
It's so stupid Mahomes and Kelsey.
These are all maxed out. So
So they have it. I wish Dave was tuning in here so he can give us his feedback on who they
no,
want,
they're just not.
who he
Oh,
wants
Dave
his team to.
McDicken.
Yep.
But if anything, this is $7,500.
I wonder what he's doing actually. Well, I'm sure he's watching the draft.
Yeah.
We're down to the last 2 picks. Crazy.
It
flew
went
by.
it went so quick, dude.
And then
Man.
months later. What? Something that I can actually.
That is so Dallas. I don't know, man. Like I said last time, we drafted an offensive lineman because we traded back and it worked out. So hopefully it does it again.
Johnny Mitchell, trade
I
Ayuk.
want that shit back.
That's what I said.
I
How
would.
much?
$6.
26?
Yeah.
27, it's yours.
That's a good number.
So we're only down to 2 picks, huh?
Yep. Last 2 picks of the draft in Buffalo, 32. That's crazy, man.
Are you gonna go straight home after this, or
Mhm. Gotta get ready for bed.
don't be an old man?
Okay, now I gotta take the kiddos.
You have my box right for the mic.
Yeah, everything's over here, so we're good.
Nice.
We kept everything intact.
Man, I'm glad both of our mics worked. Everything.
Yeah. We had so much technical difficulties, and we finally got it. Yeah.
So wait, so these aren't the headphones we ordered, right?
No, these are just regular headphones.
So and ours is coming.
Yep.
So I have to meet up again. So then we can technically do this when we do our other podcast too, right? And
Yep.
then I'd like that because it sounds really good.
Yeah, it sounds good to be able to hear what you say clearly.
Like, yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's pretty wild how this all works, right?
Yeah. That's crazy. I'm excited. Happy with the way everything turned out. I think
That's pretty wild.
we
So when I get like on the headphones, will I be able to plug it into my laptop?
if you have the jack, you should be able to. Oh, the ones? No, not those. Because those are different. These are fatter. So you would need a different. You could probably get an adapter kind of like this one.
Is that how you plugged it in, or
Mm-hmm.
what are the things that I bought today? Hey, what do they do? That's that.
Yeah, these are the thicker headphone jacks for audio. And so these are thinner, so that's why it's a male to female.
So the pick is in, Danny.
Already.
So we'll see where the 49ers go. The rich get richer, and Dallas keeps struggling.
Damn Chiefs, man.
Dan Dak. I mean, he's like, oh, I hate the Cowboys, man. They make me so mad. I love them, but I love the star. Like, I love America's team. Like, I love them. But Jerry Jones and can't stand him. Damn, Xavier.
Yeah, I still can't get over that selection.
Rich get richer, man. That's how the cookie crumbles.
So the 49ers, how do you think they're gonna fare this year?
Did they lose a few pieces? I mean, Greenlaw may not be the same for a long time.
He's still recovering.
He tore Achilles on his on the last. I mean, walking down the field, that's crazy.
And then Brock Purdy, you know what you're gonna get from him, but not having Ayuk, who knows how that
So you think he's gone soon?
Ayuk?
Yeah.
I think so. I think eventually they're gonna trade him.
And obviously, because like right after the draft, obviously then other teams start looking at free agency again. So we'll see. I'm sure by the time Thursday comes around next week, we'll have a few,
Yeah.
breaking news stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm sure all that's gonna kind of clear up here soon. So 49ers pick is in. Looks like the commissioner's getting close to walking to the podium here. I love the 49ers colors. The gold and
The red.
yeah, and what I don't like is the logo.
The what?
The logo.
Oh yeah.
The SF is just a little too plain for me.
Yeah, Dave.
Their old school 49ers logo is pretty cool. The one that kind of looks like a shield.
Yeah.
That's cool. Here we go with the,
I'll never forget our San Francisco trip. That was so fun.
oh my god, so many memories. Funny memories.
Oh, man. Remember that guy that was scaring people?
Uh-oh. 49ers fans. Ricky Pearsall, wide receiver, Florida. He made it to the first round. That's
So a do-
surprising.
And at Donnie Mitchell Falls.
Wow. Don't be upset. That guy is gonna be a baller, man.
Hey, but yeah, Brandon Ayuk probably gone. You need someone. And 49ers have been great at picking, so I mean I don't doubt them whatsoever.
Wow. Ricky Pearsall.
Man, he goes to the first round. Yeah, Gabe mentioned him, remember?
Yeah.
You did too, right?
I'm sure they're gonna show the highlight catch. Watch this one-handed catch between two defenders. Like this guy, great route running, great hands, and he goes up for that football. Like he's not scared of contact.
That's the play that made him famous.
Bam! Look at that. Damn.
That's a great catch, man.
Yeah, that's probably one of the best that I've seen.
And you mentioned him as a sleeper, right? And then Gabe
Yeah.
talked about him.
He's one of my draft profile sleepers.
Wow. And then the rich get richer. He went to
Trade alert! Trade
Uh-oh,
alert!
traded again? Please go to Dallas. Please go to Dallas. Please go to Dallas. Carolina comes up into the draft. Oh, they do get a pick. Hey, at least we had some action after the Chiefs deflated everything by winning again. Dude, the Carolina Panthers come up to pick on the last pick of the draft. Good for them. Now, who do you get? Donnie Mitchell to
Yeah.
help Bryce Young. I
Yeah.
mean, come on now.
That makes sense.
That would be a great pick for the Panthers to help Bryce Young. And
Dang, I didn't expect that.
so, of course, it wasn't Dallas. So
What do you give up? Oh wow. So they didn't swap picks 32 to 33. Oh yeah, they did. Sorry.
Yeah, 5 times. I
Huh?
don't think they expected Donnie Mitchell to still be there.
I agree.
Wow. That's
Oh,
interesting.
maybe they draft Jackson to help block for Bryce Young.
Yeah.
So it could be, man, this is crazy. So they just basically swap 32 and 33.
What do you give
Man,
up for that?
Buffalo gave a Lamborghini to the damn Chiefs who they can never beat, and then now they keep trading back.
I don't know what the Buffalo Bills are doing.
I don't. Is it better? You lost so many veterans, man. Like, I don't know, man. Oh, I gotta text my friends too that are Buffalo Bills fans. I'm pretty sure they're probably just as shocked, man. The final pick of the first round of the 2024 NFL Draft comes to the Carolina Panthers from a swap.
18? So is that?
What happened?
Caleb Williams is number 18.
18.
Yeah, not 13. So dang, I can't wear that dang jersey anymore.
Whose Williams is that?
That's my.
I know, but who's the player?
That's Caleb Williams.
You you made him fake one?
No, so I was on eBay scrolling through all the Bears things and came across a custom Caleb Williams jersey, which I thought we didn't have Keenan Allen at that time. So I thought, oh, he's gonna be 13. I'm gonna get it because it was like $40. Sure enough,
We get Keenan Allen.
we get Keenan Allen. He
Who wears
complicates the
13.
situation, and now he's 18. Caleb Williams is 18. Yeah,
What's Romy?
Rome's 15. Rome's 15.
15?
Number one is
We could change our kids' jerseys.
So Buffalo just
Yeah.
keeps training back
Good.
and back and back and
it's
back.
true.
Mike says it's again.
Leggett,
That's what Mike says.
hey, South
We have a
Carolina.
Panthers fan friend.
My boy Mike, you do understand. Again, also,
Pick is in.
from South Carolina.
Damn, that'd be crazy. Two wide receivers that were second round grades get taken in the first round,
First round, man.
and then the
Johnny
first
Mitchell falls.
the first round talent falls to second round talent.
That's wild. But we talk about. Well, I told you there's so many teams that reach every year because they just believe like they'll reach up for a player.
And this is going to be the last pick of the first round, ladies and gentlemen.
2024.
So thank you all.
4
for-
hours we've been. Ooh,
Yeah,
my-
almost
that's
4
so
hours.
Crazy.
We've had that consistently about 10 to 12 people. So thank you so much for.
Man, that is awesome. It's
support.
been our record, I think.
Yeah,
Oh man, this is crazy.
that is great.
So I guess we'll meet up soon. I want to figure out how to like use the headset or whatever.
Yeah, I'll show you. We'll figure it out. That way you're
Man,
ready
so the
for-
last pick.
That way you're ready for Socorro softball.
I know we could do. I could do so much with that now, especially with this mic. This mic has came in handy.
Mm-hmm.
This mic-
It sounds great too.
oh yeah, it's awesome.
Wow, man. Panthers trading back to the first round.
Good for them. They obviously think that someone's worth it to go all the way to the first. I see. So it's either Jackson or a Donnie Mitchell. I think.
He's to get.
Yeah, we're probably kicked out of.
Xavier, yeah, you're right.
Xavier Leggett, South Carolina.
Xavier Leggett.
So they been within 5.
5 times.
Did they really? 5 times. Wow.
5 times.
That's being diligent.
Another sleeper?
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. Really?
He's like, yeah,
He-
then they met me 5 times already.
He could be like a DK Metcalf type.
Because he's big.
He's big.
Looks like a DN.
So that's what 2-3 receivers that were supposed to be in the first round drop, and then 2 people that were supposed to be later went up to first round.
Yeah.
Wow.
You never predict the NFL draft.
And that's why it's so crazy and so polarized because it is so weird and bizarre.
Yeah.
Alshon Jeffrey.
Alshon Jeffrey in 2012.
And what happened to Alshon?
He went to the Eagles, won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, that's yeah.
And then that was it. So that's it. That concludes the first round of the NFL draft. About almost 4 hours long. A lot of surprises.
Like always, like that, like oh my God, Penix Jr. going to the Falcons. That's bizarre. Some of the reaches, the Brock Bowers was going to Las Vegas Raiders. That was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
That was bizarre also.
Yeah, I know. I don't think I would have ever thought the Falcons would have taken or selected Michael Penix when they already have Kirk Cousins and leave a really talented defensive end.
So what? I mean, if you're okay, if put your shoes in Kirk Cousins, what do you do? How would you feel? What do you do? What do you tell the front office tomorrow?
Yeah, I feel betrayed. really, because you showed. I mean, you showed enough interest and desire to try to sign him as a free agent to the point where you were even tampering. You know what I mean? And then you're like, okay, even though we did all that, we jeopardized our team's draft assets for the future. We're gonna go draft a quarterback. That doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, that is wild. Like that, I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to sleep well with that one.
So yeah, I feel betrayed because of that. And I feel betrayed because you didn't have the opportunity to improve the team on the defensive side. That
Dramatically to help
Yes.
right now, and then you get the rich getting richer by the Chiefs winning the draft already.
yeah,
Xavier Worthy going into the Chiefs,
it's
and he
funny.
fell to them,
They were 32, moved up to 28, and they won the draft.
and they traded with the team that's their little stepbrother that they beat down every time.
Yeah,
Why would you trade for them?
I don't know what Billy Bean is doing.
Oh, I would never.
Billy Bean. Sorry.
If, I don't know, man. The Eagles always beat us down, and then we traded with them. I'd be like, what in the bleep are we doing?
Yeah, not smart on their end.
Oh, man, this is nuts. Well, this is the first day of the NFL Draft of 2024, first round. Thank you all so much for joining. I'm JD Cercelli. This is Danny Ramirez. Danny, how'd you think our live podcast for the first time together in the draft? How do you think it went?
It couldn't have gone any better, honestly. Everything, we had technical difficulties the last 2 days, but we figured it out.
Yeah, like the test runs and stuff. And I was like, watch, it's not going to happen. And then once the lights turn on, it's just going to go. And then that's exactly what happened.
It went. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It just flew by. It's
It,
4 hours.
has been awesome. But yeah, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Sun City Leatherheads podcast coming to you from El Paso, Texas. We are about to sign out. Thank you all so much. Until next time.
Thanks, everyone. Talk to you later.